for Perry.
Right, we're starting intro TikTok. Get over to Facebook, man. Get over to...
And well, here we are.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Raconteur Society. We're coming to you live again Tuesday from the Dragon's Den, as we have before in the past. And tonight we are throwing down some dice with the Exalted game. It's going to be ran by our DM Dale down there at the end of the table, which I will slide it all over to him right now, and I'll finish getting the chats ready.
Okay.
You gonna show them the book cover?
Yeah. Yeah. Book. The book cover. We are playing first edition Exalted by White Wolf Games. They are currently, I think, on third edition with the Onyx Path Publishing, but the first edition books were a lot cheaper, and the first one was free for me, so that's why we're doing that.
Plus World.
It's part of the White Wolf system, so it's very much the Storyteller game system. So if you're familiar with games like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, the old White Wolf stuff, this is very much in line with that.
Mage the Ascension.
Changeling the Dreaming, Wraith the Oblivion.
Yeah.
Like the Arivian.
Yeah, all those. So Exalted is a time before time, so to speak. The first age of man. And this is the second age, which they named the Age of Sorrows. Things have gone down. If you want to know the whole story, watch the last one, because I'm not going to go through it again.
It's quite involved.
All you need to know is that the Solars were usurped in their power. They tried to use the gods and blah, 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 and now they're coming back. So these guys are all playing Solar.
That's us!
Solar. In the first age, they were the rulers, and then they were overthrown.
You are one.
They were overthrown by Dragon Blooded.
Nah.
The rest of Exalted.
I'll just wing an extra one in my bag.
Basically, they've gone from there.
Dice thrower. So I don't throw them at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I hate it when you do that.
Well, no, I was going to throw the tray at her, you know.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Watch me catch
I'm a
it with my
ninja.
teeth.
Anastasia says, hello, everyone.
Hi. So yeah, basically these guys are essentially demigods wandering the earth, trying to find their way. They've been reincarnated into different bodies. Some of them kind of remember their past life.
Thank you.
Some don't.
Facebook.
So it's all about second chances and redeeming yourselves, or trying to redeem yourself, or whatever you want to do.
Of course, if they like our backstage cam, they can stay.
Yeah. So
No.
We like you no matter what you are. Or what you're different.
Backstage cam, that's another.
That's only your
That's
doctor.
on our
can see.
OnlyFans.
So the last time we played, we were missing 2 of the characters. The other 4 had met in a little port city in the Threshold, which is the area of the coastline closest to the Blessed Isle, where the Dragon-Blooded have set up their dynasty.
Dynasty.
They met.
Oh,
they
we're
went to a
playing
bar.
the TV show? We're playing Dynasty? Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, Dallas. That's even
Dividing
better.
women.
Remember that
Sorry,
thing, wasn't it?
Aim for the
you made me
teeth.
look better. Thank you.
So they've already met. They went to a bar. They got in a fight. They trounced and possibly killed some of the bar patrons. Were just being extremely rude.
You're normal Tuesday night. No.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. So
I have to say that was improving the gene pool, considering the choice of actions they made. That they needed to be removed.
Yeah.
The number of teeth.
They might have already bred.
But the one guy went out with a smile on his face.
God damn it. Oh, that's nasty.
And you got halitosis.
Yeah, probably permanently by now.
Calosis.
So they have gathered together and they are traveling on the road. They feel this pull toward the east, and somebody hit upon the idea of going to the city of Nexus. And everybody in the group kind of like,
crystals.
like, yes, that sounds like a good idea.
It's crystal. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Knock yourself.
the dog crystal. So anyway, they've already been on their way, so we are going to start with the two players who were missing last time, Brad and Rob. So, Rob, if I remember right, you had gone to the Blessed Isle to perform and do some stuff. And while you were there, you thought, oh, that wasn't a fart. I got to get out of here. While you were in the Blessed Isle, what the hell?
Pardon me, I started this.
So while you were in the Blessed Isle, you
Everything
suddenly
tonight is
exalted.
starting.
Sorry. And they called Ghostbusters. The wild hunt was like, we got one. So you're surrounded by the Dragon Blooded. This is their dynasty.
Right.
You're on their island. You're like, thanks, gotta go.
I just remembered something. I have to leave now.
I left the oven on.
Yes.
I leave these.
So you basically hopped the next ship and took off.
Right.
And they were headed to the east, and you're like, I don't even care. Take me. I just gotta get out of here.
Take me.
You're originally from the south, which is the lands of deserts and fire and heat.
Right.
As you took the ship, you kind of,
You took it?
yeah, you took the ship after you excused yourself. That wasn't a fart. I exalted. I got to
just
take
me
it.
for ships. Sorry.
I love your chips.
So anyway, on the boat ride here, which took about a week or two, you managed to kind of come to terms with what was going on. You had heard stories about this happening to people. You've heard of all this.
Mom told me to stop touching myself when I was sleeping.
Well, I don't need light like that.
Don't need a light. Yeah.
So basically,
I have a glowing personality.
you kind of learned how to kind of cover it up, control. So you're okay.
It'd be loud if it was on the table anyway, so
If you,
that'll work.
I won't ask
I'm trying to
now, but
think
if
of
you
a
have memories about your
Dice
past
tray. I've been
life,
trying to find one.
you might
that's
have
like,
some
oh,
glimpses. If
something
you
a little
don't,
different.
you don't have
You
that.
know what?
But
I'm
we'll
gonna go to the
get
Dollar
into
Tree
that
and find
as we
something.
roll.
Maybe
Once you
paint it.
got off the boat, you pretty
Once I
much,
got off on the boat.
yeah, you're like, I'm in the east.
In the
I
boat.
need to be to the south, but the east
the
is
boat.
fine, and you feel in the back of your mind like this is where you need to be. You need to go this way. You just have this pull. You can't explain it, but you're
Just
like
getting pulled in this direction.
So really, that's where the good toilet paper is. I need to go this way.
It's what I get for taking the ship.
So you disembark the ship and you basically start traveling east in just a
I heard this
general
really Chinese
easterly
this way.
direction. You're not sure, but you just head that way. As you're traveling for a few days, do you travel on foot by yourself? Do you try and hook up with some sort of caravan?
Oh, you're hooking up. Sounds like a big
Traveling on
ship.
foot
You
by
can hook up
myself
now.
because I'm still not sure what. I mean, you know what I mean.
You
Yeah.
can get an Uber.
I'd like an Uber, please.
An Uber Rook shop.
One thing to remember for all you guys, especially you,
You order noodles,
the
yeah.
threshold in the east. You've got the Blessed Isle. Oh, if you look at the map, the Blessed Isle's in the center there. Around that is called the Inner Sea.
The innes into the
Okay,
sea.
now which direction should it?
Into the
north?
sea.
Or north is north is the ice.
They keep triggering around.
Towards the
Holy
ice.
shit. Yeah.
They said it would happen.
So basically, the Blessed Isle is the center of creation, and it is aligned with Earth.
I don't remember
north-
my father.
The north is aligned with air. It's all frigid wastes, tundras, snow. The south is aligned with fire, so it's all deserts and heat. The west is aligned with water, so obviously it's the ocean. And then the east is aligned with wood. Thank you. Is aligned with wood, so it's all forest and land.
Stop with the headshots.
I can't remember my piano lessons.
Got first grade.
So you see that very large river to the east? that kind of goes off. Somewhere lower than that, on the threshold, you disembarked on your ship. Brad, you are probably from farther in that area, but you were from the threshold. Now, the threshold there is the band around the inner sea, the coastal line, and probably about, I don't know, maybe quarter to a half an inch in that map is known as the threshold. So basically, what that is thank you for cartography.
It's helping, trust me.
Yeah. So what the threshold is basically a bunch of cities, towns, satraps as they call them, and they all pay pretty much fealty to the dynasty, the Dragon-Blooded and the Scarlet Empress. Now, the Scarlet
Your
Empress
daughter has
been
joined.
gone
Stop
for
picking on Mike.
Oh, please.
I deserve it.
Empress
Oh,
has
please.
been missing for 5
Hi,
years now.
Billion.
A lot of these threshold states and cities still kind of pay the Dragon-Blooded for protection. The Dragon-Blooded are there. They have garrisons in the cities and all that stuff. A lot of troops have been pulled back to the Blessed Isle. So some of the threshold cities closer to the edge of the map are kind of like, you know what? What are we paying you guys for? You're not protecting us.
Yeah.
We're out here on our own. So they're starting to kind of,
Those are the ones further out, right?
yeah, they're starting to withhold tribute and kind of like, well, what are you going to do about it? You know,
That's right.
The ones to the farther east are more like, they call it the scavenger lands, the wilds. They're just like, whatever, we don't even care. They get a
Whatever.
little more barbaric in some areas. Some of them are still civilized, but you might have here and there like a dragon-blooded king or prince or somebody who's kind of like, I'm the king of this territory. These 5 or 6 cities pay fealty to me. And if you don't pay up, things will happen, that kind of thing. But some of the larger cities are like, oh yeah? So there's rumblings of maybe revolt,
Discontent.
discontent. A lot of that stuff
Revolting
is starting
rumblings?
to bubble up.
Bolting tents.
The revolting tent.
The peasants are
Hey,
revolting.
I love the
Yes, they are.
I want to say
Nasty.
You are probably, Brad, I'm thinking you're probably in the
Brad, you're
threshold on the border of that.
Okay.
So where you're from is probably one of these towns or cities or farming communities, however you want to portray it. You do kind of, you've been brought up to pay fealty to the Dragon-Blooded, but at the same time, you and maybe some of your elders and townsfolk are like, you know, I don't know. If we go farther east, they don't even have to pay these taxes or anything like that. And now they've pulled back their troops, so we got like 3 guys here that we need to pay. What are we going to pay? So you're kind of right on the cusp of that. They still pay because it's like, well, it is protection from barbarians and stuff like that. If anybody comes to raid our village, the Dragon-Blooded can show up and help. And just because they're part of the dynasty doesn't mean they're all Dragon-Blooded. They have mortals who are part of the dynasties too. It's just the Dragon-Blooded are the terrestrial Exalted. A lot more powerful. One thing to keep in mind for all the players, again, the Dragon-Blooded, when they overthrew the Solars in the first age, it's been like hundreds of years, they set up the Immaculate Order, which is kind of like the religion of the dynasty, and they have been taught that the Dragon-Blooded are the closest to perfection there is. They are part of the elemental dragons. They're all aspected to a certain element, and they are the best of the best. You need to be more like them. In the first age, these things, these anathema, we will call them, were demons.
Bless you.
And they basically tried to corrupt
Got my
everything.
method now going
That
on.
was actually the Solars. They kind of covered up their usurpation by making the Solars out to be bad guys. So in the threshold, these,
Like you do when you overthrow a group. And
yeah,
you
pretty much.
Yeah.
demonize them.
You know,
It's written,
Oh, you
History
just
is
like
written.
attack them for no reason.
history is written by the winners.
Yeah.
So basically, in the threshold, the Blessed Isle, that's holds sway. Out as you go farther out east, that the Immaculate Order is kind of paid lip service. The Immaculate Order do not worship spirits, gods, nothing like that. But out in the farther realms, they're like, sure. Well, I have gods in my backyard who will kick my ass if I don't do something, and you're not here. So, oh, the Immaculate Order. Yes, that's great. That's great. Yes, we love you. And as soon as they leave, all right, get those prayer shrines going. You know. So, the Solars are known as anathema, demons. They don't even call them solars, but you do hear rumblings from older folk passed down from generation, especially out in those farther lands. The solars weren't always bad. In the first age, they were actually beneficial, benevolent, you might hear. But then something happened and they disappeared. A lot of them did go corrupt or started to act differently, and now people are being told they're demons. But you guys, once you exalt, you kind of realize, I think I'm one of these things. And that's why you...
I'm so gassy, I don't know what's going on.
I gotta take a ship.
I gotta take a huge ship somewhere.
So basically, now that you've exalted, it's kind of important to keep that on the down low around the norms, so to speak. You could be
Don't let
drug
the
out.
normies know.
Yeah, you could be drug out and burnt at the stake for being a demon.
Steak.
Now, if you're out away from the Blessed Isle, you might have a better chance of people. They might still fear you, but for different reasons. And there are older stories out there following the old ways, so to speak, that they might actually kind of know what you are and think, you know, you're better than what we got to deal with now. So you're out in the threshold. You're wandering after you exalted. I don't know. You probably wandered for a while, at least in the threshold, trying to do good. Keep in mind, you guys are heroes. You're heroic. You don't have to be goody two. You're not Clark Kent. You're not Superman.
Don't sing too good.
Yeah. Adamant. No, stop.
That wasn't adamant.
Oh, I thought you were singing goody two shoes.
Yeah, I didn't sing it that well, so that's good.
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Bonnie Tyler.
Oh,
Clips of the fart. Heart.
Clips of the party. Yeah.
Wait, isn't that Bonnie Tyler? I Need a Hero.
Yeah, that's yeah.
too.
I didn't hear that though when you were singing, so
You did it really good.
How about that?
no.
Get us another reported.
Oh, I think that was just them.
No singing.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
anyway,
singing Metallica songs either.
you guys are naturally
Oh, okay.
heroes.
Don't do that.
You want to do the right thing. You want to do good things. You can still be Batman about it, but you are at heart a good person. So you've probably been wandering, trying to help out where you can and stuff like that. And during your travels, you bump into a lone traveler. And as you encounter this lone traveler, there's something, you see each other kind of from a distance, probably in a small town. You're just passing through. You just happen to be there helping somebody out. You know,
And I saw him humping a ship, so I run.
yeah. Yeah.
He's humping a whole ship.
He's got his pants down, dropping little boats behind him. Like, I'm taking a ship. Don't worry about it. And there's something that makes you want to talk to the guy.
I've never seen a person shit a ship before. Are you a ship shitter or a ship shitter?
So basically, whenever you encounter other solars, you just get this
Dangling in your nipples.
connection. You kind of like, you just feel drawn to that person. So you guys start up a conversation. You
Like we're drawn to the TikTok people.
you kind of talk a little bit.
We're
and
drowning in TikTok people?
as you probably compare some past and stuff, you realize that you've
How
both
big is your wiener?
you've both gone through
It's
puberty.
tingling.
I know, mine too. Does it burn when you pee also?
I just exalted. There's hair down there.
Let me look at yours.
Oh,
Oh, that's just a dinghy. Thank you. Yes. That is
It's
my,
like shielding it.
that is my exalted anima.
Oh, you're exalted enema. Very good.
That was a boatload of insult.
Okay. So you guys meet. You guys can chat a little bit, get familiar with each other. Kind of
Hi, how are you? Here's my business card.
You owe me $5.
You do the shining thing too, huh?
I do the shiny thing.
You know.
It's a very nice.
This is very, very nice.
So after you met, establish you like
Do
shiny
you want a
things.
date?
There's nothing else to do. Okay.
And you decide to go east for your date.
No, in for dates.
That's gonna be one long date.
No, dates, not dates.
Oh, dates.
We're going
Okay.
for fruit.
We're gonna go for some dates.
Look, if you want a romantic relationship, we can talk about it. Right now, I'm kind of hungry.
Cannibalism.
Eat me.
So basically, you guys you guys visit for a bit, and you decide to kind of wander off together and like, well, let's.
Hold hands and get-
Very well.
So you're off.
This is the
to see wizard.
strangest intro I've ever had.
He's trying to get it to go too fast. Let them talk.
Talk.
Hey, dude, what's up?
Where you from?
There you go. That's as exciting as it
Okay.
You go, no, I'm from this area.
Oh, I'm not.
I can tell. You wear very strange clothing.
Well, for here, yes. Where I'm from, this is normal.
Do understand that? Yes.
I'm from the
From the south.
Yes.
These regions have names?
Huh?
Do these regions have names?
Oh, there's cities. So if you want to come up with a
okay.
city name, the South sounds more.
I'm from Biggest Dickus.
The South is more Arabic sounding, Middle Eastern sounding. The East is kind of more
New Jersey.
I'm from Jersey.
Nexus, Look Shy, John.
I have no idea
Karasura.
what any of those words
Those are
are.
cities.
Okay.
So
Those are
like Nexus, Look Shy, Rivers Bend.
There will be a
those
death
are from
threat.
the East.
Oh, I think I saw that movie.
Yeah. The South would be like Chiaroscuro, Sijan.
I'm from
stuff like that.
Kidderskiro.
Yeah.
Not from any major city. From the coastline.
Have you heard of Peoria? I'm near there.
I was thinking 1941, the movie. John walks by. Closer, where are you from? Peoria, Illinois? Tough shit. Walks past it. And I'm like,
Well, I'll tell you my story. I was I'm an entertainer. I'm a bard. And my thing went whoop whoop in the middle of the show. And all of a sudden I realized I'm surrounded by these dragon fucks. And I said, I have to get out of here.
So did they know who you were?
No, they did not see me. I was able to conceal it in the movie.
Boop, boop.
Are they able to tell who we are?
I don't know, but I didn't want to find out either.
No.
I'm assuming so. I mean, when things go blink blink, and it's like, hey, hello, hi, look at me.
Oh boy.
I got the big shiner.
Oh, we didn't
You
show
speak-
off your guys' characters.
You speak very strangely. I think it was on the screen.
I'm from a very strange place.
Yes, they are on the screen. I have them.
Okay.
Yep. I will put them on both.
But my name is Sakara.
I'm Suatsu.
Nice to meet you. Stop holding my hand.
All right. Would you like to travel east for a while?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You are just pretty pretty.
Go sleep. Yeah.
Don't sleep till
Nexus.
next.
so as you guys start traveling,
Oh, I got a delayed reaction.
Yeah.
oh, the no sleep till Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Beastie Boys are on the road.
We did it like this. We did it like that. We did it
Is that a charm?
That is going to be one of my charms.
And now we have another complaint. I'm sure.
Nah, the Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, like I don't know what that is, but it's cool.
It's white guys rapping.
It's honkies, if you don't mind.
So basically, you guys travel on toward the east. You travel for about a week. You know, you do things here and there. You might find some people need help. You know, whatever random little things that you can help out with. After about a week, you are traveling along that river, but on the north side of that river is where you guys.
Towards the east.
Yeah, you're traveling toward the east, the north side of that large river. Yep.
Like in here.
Yep.
And you guys have gone for about a week, and
We
you
need to do
guys
a weather map type thing.
Yeah.
You can just-
in Nexus, it looks like there's a 50% chance of rain.
Acid rain.
We have 90% chance of dragon blood over here. And
Yeah. You guys are on the road, and you guys, the original 4 members who have already met, you guys have been traveling toward the east as well. You guys have probably, once you left that port city, in a hurry, possibly, after killing some people and feeding them to your wolves, it was like, well, you know, maybe we should get
did that
going.
themselves.
Maybe we should get going now. So you guys have also been on the road for probably about 4 or 5 days together. So you have the wagon. There is room enough for like 4 or 5 people in the back of the wagon. So if you allow them to ride, you can always walk. Some of you have a horse as well, don't you?
Yes.
Domo.
You've got the little horse.
Tomo
Take it.
arigato.
Domo or
Ben! Holy shit, Ben! This is back. Back again.
Tell a friend.
Hello, Ben. Sorry I didn't see you sooner. Something was in the way.
My face.
My face was in the way.
Hi, Ben. It's good to hear and see
I'm
you.
glad you're alive. We were worried.
We were
Other
worried.
Canadians looking for you.
My families were out there in force.
hear from you.
We had
So
to
you
get
guys
Mike
been traveling
relatives
for-
up there.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have been traveling for 4 or 5 days.
Ben. Sorry. I'm a little
Very
late.
excited.
Yeah,
We missed our Ben.
We have missed Ben greatly.
you really haven't encountered.
He's alive, he says. Obviously. Yay.
Oh, well, this game could mean he's been necromant. Who knows?
Yeah,
It could be an undead Ben.
Undead Ben.
Abyssal Bane.
Abyssal Ben.
Abyssal Ben. That sounds like a song.
It does.
Yeah.
Or a group.
A group. The Abyssals.
The Abyssal Bane.
The Abyssal Ben. That's where you
The
put your
Abyssals
Abyssal.
with Ben.
Abyssal Ben.
Abyssal Bane.
The Abyssal Ben. I threw him in the Abyssal bin.
They're stuck in the Abyssal Ben. It's full. I gotta change out the Abyssal Ben.
This is the Necromancy Abyssal Bin. It's for recycling only.
Oh, I put the wrong Abyssal
You
bin
put the
there.
Canadians in there.
The Canadian Abyssals go
So they
in my
come
part.
back.
So as you four are traveling, you've encountered travelers and stuff like that. Stopped at some inns, maybe camped out a lot, blah blah blah. And as you guys are on the road, you see 2 people wandering. Yeah,
Just wandering out there.
Ben says,
Holding hands and
Crazy
eating cake.
people.
Ben says, I met a girl. She hates undead, so no undead.
No undead.
Oh, no. Anastasia says, bonsoir, Ben.
yep.
Bonsoir.
How's my bone sore, Ben?
Bonesaw, what?
Bonesaw.
You see up ahead 2 guys kind of traveling together on a road, and it looks like it's going to come to a Y intersection. Can you
We're standing really too close together.
Everyone pick it up branch and hide.
They're throwing rose petals behind them and feeding each other chocolates. It's really kind of weird.
Sometimes we get confused and we throw chocolates and feed each other rose balls. Damn it, would you get it right?
Follow the trail of poopy. That's chocolate.
Oh no.
He already took a big shit.
Why do you have to eat all the raisinets? I don't understand.
So, and as you guys kind of come up the road and see these guys ahead, you get that same kind of feeling.
Your nipples tingle.
Oh.
It's kind of like
I'm eating chocolate. It's happening again.
even from a distance, you just sense there's something.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's what
My love. We'll be
Yeah, you
fine.
probably get the tingling around where your cast out marks.
yeah.
So,
Sorry, we get migraines basically. Oh, god damn it.
oh, it's another ice cream headache. Why don't you?
No, that you got an actual mark or
Yeah.
on her
Okay.
on her skin.
No,
Yeah.
it's where your cast mark will show. Once you start spending essence to basically use charms and stuff like that, if you start spending essence, especially personal essence, that will start to glow.
Like that.
Spend somebody else's essence.
The more essence you put, like a big spell's big essence.
I thought it was
That was
the
bad.
peripheral.
Peripheral essence,
We forgot
if
how to
you
fart.
spend it, doesn't make your cast mark glow.
If it's what?
Look at the arm, man. Look at the arm.
I thought the peripheral essence actually caused the anima to grow.
No, it's your personal.
The personal?
Yeah.
The personal.
Okay, I
essence
had it
makes
backwards.
glow.
Thanks for the smiley face. I know suicide.
Now,
you.
if you start spending a lot of peripheral essence, more motes will cause it to glow just as well.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. when
He
you
says,
spend
"What's he
those.
wearing?" There's static.
Oh, I had a
in the
switch
audio.
one.
Well, let me check.
Oh, sorry, that
You know,
sounds
now that you
weird.
mentioned that, wait, let me double check.
Just pretend you're listening to an LP and that makes it
Switch
cool.
over to Facebook or Twitch.
Yeah. If you don't like the sound, switch over to Facebook or Twitch. That looks
That
better
sound
anyway.
sounds much better and looks even nicer.
Somebody said, I don't believe them.
Not a damn single person is on the Twitch stream. Oliver.
Wow.
No one.
What else is
It is barren and empty, just like my soul.
And my crevice,
Simon
my
doesn't
brain.
And Mike's butthole.
your crevice of your brain? That's what's the matter with him. He doesn't have crevices. He has a crevice.
That crevice. His lobes just kind of laid to the side. It's
Does
weird.
it match this?
Yes. I was a little touchy-feely. It's a bad thing.
In kindergarten.
This reminds me of the
Eating so many Skittles.
conversation on Letterkenny, the episode we just watched. You ever watched Letterkenny?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh my God, it's funny.
Yeah.
It started one episode by Derry was talking about he was walking down the street and the older woman had walked by and she was whistling but she wasn't whistling. Oh,
Got it.
I got it. She was also the mother of like 17 kids.
Right.
So
Oh, you pick that up, please.
There should have been some whistling and some.
Me.
She was running.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
yeah, let's
You're right.
continue.
Peripheral essence is what
I'm tired of talking about the meat
personal
curtains.
essence does not.
Okay.
So if you use peripheral essence, that little symbol that marks what caste you are will start to glow on your forehead.
Okay.
Nothing. If you have a bandana on, it will glow from under the bandana. Even if it's a wool hat, it will shine through.
Even if you have
What
a
if it's a lead hat?
Is that
It will
personal,
shine through.
personal too, or not?
No, personal. If you spend personal essence, it doesn't do that.
Oh, okay, peripheral. Okay.
So, but and as you
Okay.
spend more essence,
glows.
it gets brighter and brighter until you're seen from miles away.
And you use personal essence first before you get to peripheral.
You
right?
can choose,
Personal
but when you
evanescence.
regain your
Evanescence.
essence, you regain your personal essence
Evanescence.
first.
Evanescence.
You regain the
speaking of, if we've been traveling,
Yes, you got all your essence back.
Yay!
So whatever
I
you
was
did
so
last-
gassy.
Whatever you did last time, you
Okay.
have that back.
yeah, I was only down 4, so
Yeah, yeah,
an hour next to my wagon, I'm good.
right. So
Hey, look, there appears to be some people on the road.
You get the same feeling that you.
I'm full of gas. It's terrible.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I have the same sensation. I do, yes.
What are the chances that there's 4 of them?
It's impossible. You know how long did it take for us to find each other?
Well,
I've been looking for
Exalted love.
about 20 minutes.
No, not that guy.
Swipe right. Oh, look at mine. I must take a ship.
I'll read this Exalted app on the crapper.
It's the Exalted Crapper app. It's a wonderful thing.
We'll probably stop and maybe kind of just wait.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to
and-
flip them off. That's the best idea to do. Just
Stuck in my.
We're all like, maybe that means something where he's from.
welcome.
So yeah, on the
You're number 1.
Welcome from is a wonderful thing.
so yeah, those
And
two
you are number 2.
where the forks, the roads kind of meet. They kind of stop, and you guys come up here.
There's a Trader Joe's there.
Yeah,
Oh, I love Casey.
it's actually a guy with a bunch of furs named Joe.
Puts a twink in the ground, waters it. Oh, boom.
I didn't want to know if there's a Cracker Barrel or not. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel. Tractors. That's my brother. He's in the military, Dollar General.
See. Oh,
Yeah.
What's that?
Bah.
So yeah, basically you guys kind of meet where the roads fork, and
these forking roads. Jeez.
they're spooning at the fork in the road.
Whoa. Wait, they are spooning? What?
So go ahead and
Who's the
describe
big
yourselves, or show off your pictures to
Yeah,
each
show off
other,
the
so you know what's
Go
going
with the
on.
picture.
All right. Everyone's seen all of these.
I've seen your kind before.
Dennis,
I look like this or this? Oh, no, I look like
Well, which one? Ooh.
this is mine and this is Dale's, so. I've seen them.
So now that
Are you from
I'm
from the Dragon Isle?
The Dragon Isle. You mean
now
that
that the game
aisle?
of Hollywood Squares is over.
The center one.
Yep. But I'm actually
was
more
I.
from your area. So.
yes, both of us exalted on the island, which actually you did too. It's just you weren't from there.
No, that's what the so confusing.
Oh, yeah, and so you're in a wagon being drawn by a horse, right? Mm-hmm. And
Horse.
you had the-
It's off. I can't do anything. These fingers wrong. Makes sense. Well, I can't make it. Well,
Oh, are you so oasis?
Wait, if you want to go
Thank you
ahead
for the
and
follow.
describe the type of wagon, just so they know what they're looking at.
Is it pimped up?
It's
Pimped out?
Sure. Actually, it looks more like a Vardo. So it's not like a Conestoga
Romany.
covered,
It's
but
not a
it's
covered,
Oh,
it's a
like a
covered
gypsy
wagon,
one?
but it's,
yeah, it's a
it's
gypsy
built
wagon.
to be covered like that. That's a very nice wagon.
Yes, it is.
Well, and also she has a dire wolf,
Oh, there's a woman.
There's two.
There's two women.
Two women.
and they both have.
I didn't see the pictures. So.
Well,
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Oh, they both have wolves.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
a
they
wolf.
both
This is a dire wolf.
dire wolf.
Greetings.
And he's riding a horse. Oh.
And he also has a little critter on his shoulder.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, the critter.
What happens when you ride horses?
It's a crotch critter. Rides him.
It's big enough to ride a horse.
It isn't, isn't it?
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's got a little
You
monkey.
got a monkey that's getting ready to shit in your face.
Yeah, he does it all the time. He does it all the time.
That's because you're squeezing too hard.
I try to get candy.
Give me candy.
Oh, look at his crazy
from his lantern.
Oh no, he's doing his monkey again.
Oh, look, I got Tootsie Rolls again.
Every time.
Any of the chocolate he gives you.
Oh, it smells so good.
So happy, so happy.
That is one fucked up monkey.
Not even a monkey.
It's a Cadbury monkey.
Cadbury man.
This is one of those monkeys that they eat.
It must be hot, it's liquid.
Oh, yeah, I heard of that.
No, it's not a monkey. It's a cat. It's a.
No, elephants.
It's all of them,
Oh,
actually. They're
oh,
all of
oh.
the ones.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of the species.
The new Exalted brand of coffee.
It's made out of poop.
And it's really hot.
Why is it a little spicy?
Ooh. Don't forget to spank your monkey.
Thank you, Kowski something or other, for
Thank you.
joining and following us.
Thank you.
Big Bad Bill joined.
Big bad Bill.
All right.
Big bad Bill.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Not you. We've been walking together.
You've been stepping out together for quite a while.
My name is Sakata. This is my friend Norman.
Norman.
I got known as SWAT.
My name is Salad.
Norm.
Right, that's what I said.
This fellow has been a little strange ever since I met him.
And too many hits in the head. You know.
You're very colorful.
Well, I should be. I'm an entertainer.
You'll entertain.
Yes.
Good. I am sounding not what I want to sound.
Me too. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Well, I'm Barnabas. We're heading to Nexus if you want to come along.
My friend Norman here wants to know.
You stop calling me Norman. Last time.
Your name,
Satsu.
Darling.
your name is
It's Suzuki.
Samurai, Suzuki, and Samsonite.
I ain't afraid of no Susie.
Are you owned by Sony? No, it is your.
I just said it was
Suwatsu.
Swatsu.
So when you're in the presence of other Exalted, is it just that feeling, or does it get feeling different when you're actually close to them? Or
No, it's just as you see them from a distance.
It's kind of a
especially if you start
recognition.
talking to them, it's like you just feel at ease with them. Give her,
Unfortunately, it doesn't come with
I
a
don't know,
name
maybe
tag.
like a sense of deja vu.
sort of.
oh, so you guys have been killed and resurrected too.
Yeah. Burn him.
I grabbed my dagger and hope to God I didn't just fuck up.
You fuck up.
Yeah.
Is your forehead's not tingling?
I thought that was the. I am not. My
You don't have
What
to be
about you?
absolute Japanese mafia guy or Native American. Just talk like you're an anime dubbed over.
Are you trying to be a sumo wrestler?
So I'm diaphragm.
Yeah, he's got a paunch and
It's another monkey.
It's me.
Yo, Mike's got a punch.
That's another monkey too.
Yeah, he's got his own bike too.
Oh no! I just realized.
That was bad.
yeah. Yeah.
Here.
All right, over.
I'm calling the highway patrol on that.
The chips are down.
Just to do it.
They're canceled.
Yeah. And then he started to, I don't know, have a seizure. I can say that because I have.
I don't remember what we just said.
Do you have a name?
I am Tomo.
Tomo.
This is Rin.
Tomo.
Yeah. Kind of.
And then my horse is Nico. You would know in the language that would be like sunshine.
On my shoulder.
Yeah, Rin means companion, and Tomo means
Likes to eat
fat solar guy.
I don't think we speak the same language.
Yeah. Intelligent. Tomo means intelligent, child of light. So, in our language.
And you're what?
I'm
You're Tome?
Tomo.
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 Tomorrow.
Tomo.
Yep.
Okay, I'll learn your animals' names some other time.
It's Rin.
Yeah. And you might as well get used to it because Rin probably runs down your shoulder, down your arm, jumps onto his horse pulling the wagon, runs up to the tip of the horse's nose, and the horse just kind of lifts it, like moves his head closer and lifts his nose, and the monkey thing is on his nose, and he kind of reaches out,
Double strike.
kind of
Come on, eat
looks
it.
at both of you, and just kind of then runs back to your shoulder and just kind of curls up.
I think it's been approved.
And I am Valis.
Oh my God, your head fell off. I'm so sorry, Valis. Let me pick that up for you.
It's just a hat.
My hat.
Oh, cool.
Just my hat.
I wasn't sure.
And that is why I'm on my horse.
And this is Storm Shadow.
Sounds oddly familiar.
Shouldn't he be white?
Her horse is named Snake Eyes. So.
Oh, okay. Doesn't talk.
No.
Man, kicks butt.
I see you have killed the lizard thing. Yes.
All the way.
Looks kind of like a
Oh.
dragon.
Here's a big lizard.
Yes.
Also, one of the dreaded tri-horned goats to the north.
I hate those.
They're about to cry.
Made a pelt out of him.
Is that polyester?
Everybody knows they're made out of polyester.
No, she was a cow that I did have some fun with back
They're
home.
made out of polyester and Catholics.
Oh, she's that way, is she?
Wow.
It's the great Elsinore. It's the great Elsinore the goat.
Yeah, help us. We've gone all over the country. Now we're back up in north.
I have an exalted cop, and he's like, you put a goat in a bottle. And we gotta get free beer. We're gonna turn you in.
Never mind. So as you guys kind of sit and kind of get acquainted,
Oh, what was your name?
I'll play a song.
I'm Raisha. I don't introduce my wolf.
Background music on a, what do I got? A flute.
okay. So you guys decide to travel onward together, and yeah, Scott, if you want to go ahead and pull out your flute and start playing some music. Who wants to blow my flute?
Yeah, I'll play some music while we go travel.
Okay.
Actually, I won't activate it, but I'll just play it.
Okay.
So.
Not like a mom.
He's got
It's like that. It's like the TikTok videos, the people that play the really bad recorder to the popular song. That's pretty much what it sounds like. No,
Ring goes over, the little thing grabs your recorder, snap. Goes back to his
I'm
shoulder.
going to fuck that. I'm going to.
It throws rose petals at you.
And chocolate.
You're a good entertainer, right? That doesn't actually sound crappy like that,
Yes,
right?
I'm a good entertainer that doesn't sound crappy like that. I didn't just pick up a flute and start playing.
So yeah, as you guys travel, he's playing the flute. It's very calming, very, very nice. You guys feel very comfortable right now. Like this is about the best day you've had in a very long time. Ever since each of you has exalted, it's been kind of stressful and like, what do I do? Where do I go? What can I help? What can I do? But now you're like with others of your kind, maybe people you feel comfortable with.
So we know this. We know they're solars. Okay.
Yeah, you can tell they're like you.
Okay.
Whatever happened to you
I
happened
want
to
to
them.
talk like you, walk like you.
Those of you who have studied the first age, like maybe you, you probably know that this exaltation, you were told by your mentor, you've exalted into a solar, kind of explains what happened. So you know more about it than maybe some of the others, but if you've ever heard tales of the Solars, depending on your background, if you want, you probably know that's what has happened. If you haven't heard those stories, you know something is different. You don't know what, but these people seem to share a common bond like that. So as you travel along, you're very comfortable with each other. Travel on for probably another day or two. You might camp out at night.
Party!
On the second day, as you are kind of
Solars!
Nerds!
So are we allowed to sleep in your Borga?
Inside your horses.
in your Volvo.
Your Volvo?
Oh,
These things smell. Well, on the inside.
one thing about that, as you kind of mention that to Barnabas, you all notice whenever you sleep and camp out. And
Well, he
sleep
hasn't
next to the
told
wagon-
us whether or not we can.
I know, but you feel very comfortable. This wagon is very comfortable to you. And
Well,
just-
I'm running around in my skivvies.
okay.
I'm not comfortable.
You're very comfortable, except for when Tomo comes by in his
Sumo.
He's wearing a sumo diaper.
a ship. So
Grab some
basically,
salt, throw it on you.
you kind of feel like there's like being around the wagon is very nice. So
How long?
How big is the wagon exactly?
it could probably four or five of you could fit in the back. Or if it's Valis is in there, because
Yeah.
she's
I probably,
got
wouldn't
it's
be,
got that
I probably wouldn't be in the
Al
probably
wagon look.
alongside
Right?
it.
It's got that wagon look. That
it's got a wagon. Look.
wagon.
Like, I don't know, backdrop to backdrop.
Cicada? Like the bug?
I can't sleep in this thing. Oh.
Cicada down there.
Maybe from through the length of the table.
Yeah. I mean, you could ride in the back. It's going to be kind of cramped, but it, you know.
I'd probably like
sleeping-
hang out on top when we're traveling, like sitting on top of it. But at night, I'd probably sleep on the ground next to it.
I probably always just sleep on the ground.
Yeah. Most of you probably prefer to sleep outside anyway, but it's
With
up
my
to you.
biodome and
Oh, I'm very intrigued with his wagon, so I want to know if I can sleep inside.
She's like, what?
You just call the ship down, Brad.
Wait, what's this?
Now, Barnabas, you've had this
Shelter?
wagon for a while, so you know that you kind of feel that and you are attuned to it.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that up to you.
Actually, as we travel, you've probably asked about it.
Yeah.
So once I get over our initial meeting and everything, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is I found this wagon. It was on a deserted battlefield in a village up in the northern tundra, and it was in the condition it is now. It was all. Looked like somebody just walked away from it an hour before.
But it was in the middle of a battle.
Well, a village that had seen a battle. So there was destruction. The village had been destroyed, but the wagon itself was still good. So I don't know.
And the steed, he was with him.
Well, he was with me before that.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought maybe it was together.
No. But it does seem to be an invigorating.
Would I know anything about that kind of thing?
Well, it sounds rather like what
You know
I
that
Like
found.
my wonderful food.
there are things called manses. There are domains. And there are
Romances.
Yeah.
Domains are essence is kind of like the force. You know, it flows through everything and all that stuff. So it's kind of a tangible thing.
Tangerine thing.
Yeah, tangerine dream.
Tangerine.
Domains are created when essence flows. When essence flows kind of coalesce in a certain area, a domain is something natural. So if you find like this beautiful little glen with a small little waterfall, and when you go there, you're like, wow, this is beautiful. This is amazing. It's probably a domain. It's where essence flows naturally converge and become powerful. In werewolf, think of it as a cairn.
Right.
So, you guys know what a cairn is?
A manse.
Sorry, I'm quoting
If you are
your own cave.
if you are knowledgeable about the exaltation, whether you're dragon blooded or solars or lunars or whatever, if you're knowledgeable about essence flows, you can build a structure called a manse. And it's kind of like a little fort. It could be a fort, it could be a mansion, it could be just a rooftop like Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins. That would be his manse. What you do is you build it in such a way that it harnesses that energy even stronger. So the ceilings might be tall and vaulted, but they all point kind of inward, depending on
Feng Shui is strong.
Yeah, basically. Now, in a manse, it's very powerful. There aren't very many of them. There were some all over. Some have been abandoned. Some have been lost. Most of them have been reclaimed by the Dragon-Blooded. But if you find a domain and you have the power, you have the money, you can build a manse on it. Manses give you more essence. It channels it towards you. And you can have a level 1 manse, which is something small, or a level 5 manse, which is like this huge cathedral, that kind of thing.
The White House.
Yeah. Now, a manse has a place in the center of it where you can actually create a hearthstone. But what it does is it draws all that essence in, and eventually you will get like an egg-sized or smaller stone. And it is a hearthstone. It stores essence. Now, a lot of the artifacts that you guys have hearthstone settings, like your breastplate, where the eclipse symbol is, right in the middle. It looks like you could put something there. You would know if you had a hearthstone, you could put it there and in that setting, and it would like boost the power for certain things, depending on the type of hearthstone too. There's hearthstones of health, there's hearthstones of water, elements, all kinds of stuff. Same with your Gormal. There is a spot, probably on the top, that you always wondered what that was, just don't know what it is, but you would know, being a follower of First Age Artifacts, if you had a hearthstone and put it in there, it would make that more powerful. Even your sword, even though it's a katana, probably at the end, on the pommel, there's one there. You can put a hearthstone there and it might actually boost whatever that thing does.
Mine's on my cog piece.
Yeah. Now your flute is an artifact.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So if you had 2 hearthstones on the bottom of your flute,
It would look like a little specter.
Oh,
That's so powerful.
And you're playing the skin flute.
notice that flute where the holes are for your fingers, right next to each one is like a little like ringlet. You just thought it was decoration, but you would know if you had the hearthstone small enough, you could put hearthstones in there. So that's what a hearthstone, that's what a manse is. So you would know about manses. His wagon almost seems like a mobile manse, which you've never really heard of. It's kind of like a level 1 manse. But
Thanks for sharing the video.
You can't create a
Thank you.
hearthstone.
Hey, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
So
Sharon is Karen. And we care about you.
Would you have told us and talked
I
about
pretty
it, so
much
we just kind of
when
pick
we
up on all
talked,
that?
when he was talking, I would have talked about it. Yeah.
Okay.
you would have been like, so this hole right here, and
yeah. Let's see.
you can put something in between there.
Alice, let me check your chest plate. There's a hole there. Let me just feel it.
Yeah, I got you check my warhammer.
Oh, yeah, yes, it is here too. But this one's more interesting.
So yeah, you would know that. You would know that. And
So does this mean his
what you do in a manse, because
his
you
mans will make these or not?
no, his manse is too small.
Oh,
It will not be able to create a.
Perhaps genetics or surgery.
Enough answer.
But you do know if you guys attune to this, if he allows, because he owns it, if he allows you to attune to this, when you sleep next to the wagon, you can regain essence just from being around it. If you're not attuned to it, you don't. You get it the old-fashioned way, rest and all that. But if he allows you to attune to his wagon when you sleep next to it, near it, you guys will regain essence at the most of like for an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
So what does that mean if more people are tuned to it? Does it draw more away from it? Or oh, it's just
It just
It's
depends.
basically a lens.
Yeah.
It just focuses the essence in.
And you can.
So it's not like a pipe that has a certain amount.
Oh, okay.
It just focuses the essence in the
general area.
in the area.
And you've read, especially the Dragon Blooded now, when they have a manse, like entire houses will attune to it if they can.
Right.
But there's so much infighting, it's like, no, you owe me $5. You're not getting attuned to this. They're very petty about it. But you also have read that in the first age, some of the Exalted actually had just level 5 manses. They were like freaking cathedrals, and it was like the solar deliberative would be attuned to that. So any solar could go there and sleep and get
Recharge.
essence back. But those are like long gone or
hidden away.
or forgotten. So, but he has like a drive-through manse, basically. The Taco Bell of manses.
Yeah. See, I've got the mobile hotspot and
And he's about to let you have the Wi-Fi password.
the level 5 manse would be like having the the fiber right to your bedside.
That's right.
Yeah.
Giant RV.
So yeah, and if Wade allows it, all you have to do to attune to it is stand there for a minute, clear your mind, clear your bowels, clear your mind.
Your mind.
And just imagine yourself kind of like meditate on the wagon, and you will attune to it.
And then you can get off
all you
the
gotta
wagon.
Would you allow this?
I'm just obsessed with it. I don't.
I know. Well, you might as well.
If you ask, I would say yes. Go ahead.
Thank you.
So you all light a fire, kumbaya, for
Okay.
Not in your skivvies.
some s'mores, and now you're attuned to the wagon.
Monkey's like right there the whole time.
Would have been good to go.
He's like,
Good stroking your monkey.
that monkey.
No, he's spanking the monkey.
No, I explain all that, and then
To the monkey.
he allows it to. Nobody else. That's all he say.
Yeah.
No, I have talked to the monkey, and this is what I did.
And the monkey is now doing it.
Next time he goes to spank the monkey, you see he takes a big thing of whipped cream. So when he spanks it, he's
Asks.
do you mind if we Barnabas?
Barnabas, thank you.
Yes.
And not Mike. Tomo asks Barnabas. Do you ask in front of all of us?
Can I touch your wagon?
Well, I explain all that and what it is, and kind of go into detail of what.
Which you kind of knew it, but you didn't know officially what it was. So now that he's explained it, you're like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Now, would I also know that it's pretty impervious to damage, or
No,
is
it's
it...
not impervious to damage.
Okay.
I mean, it might be surprisingly strong. If somebody
Yeah.
hit it with a sword, it might be like, wow, that's tough wood. But you could still set it on fire.
Gotcha. Okay.
Set your man on fire.
Oh, burn your man's down.
The manse. The manse.
And then
The manse is on fire.
We don't need the water. Let them burn.
Burn,
You can't say motherfucker.
Oh, you can't?
No. Don't say shit either.
I was like,
Just
wait a minute.
keep
Yeah,
the word
listen.
fuck right out of the whole okay?
This is an 18 plus channel. You guys might have figured that out by now, guys.
So you guys all.
If he offers,
Well, yeah, sounds like you just did.
And I
Actually,
I
anybody that asks, I will say.
I never ask.
I basically sit there and attune to it
You'd
and
be
feel
stupid
it.
not to.
Finger bang your wagon too.
Yeah, it's
I'm always complimenting your wagon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Can I lick your
nice.
wagon's windows, please?
I wouldn't let him touch it. I have to find my voice again. Damn it.
Just got warm enough.
I am attuned. I am attuned. Attuned.
So those of you who wish to attune to the
Oh,
wagon
Roboto.
may. I recommend that everyone does, but I can't make you.
I will happily attune to the wagon.
So that way, whenever you sleep next to it, you'll get essence right back. So, all right. So the next morning, you guys all wake up very refreshed, and
Oh my god, I'm so refreshed.
yeah, head on after that big ship you took.
I can't believe I'm soaking in it.
As you guys kind of travel down the road throughout the day, it gets to be about 10 o'clock in the morning, and you see up ahead, there's like a small hill that goes down. You could see beyond into kind of a, not a valley, but, you know, the low depression. It's more like plains. You're traveling more in like
low depression.
plains, grasslands area right now. There's trees here and there, but not a lot. But you see what looks like some wagons up there that have stopped, and it almost looks like they've tried to kind of circle. There's 6 wagons. There's 5 kind of together, and back farther a little bit, there is one wagon that looks like it was kind of drawing up the rear.
Ooh, yuck.
I don't seem to like those wagons as well as I like your wagon.
You see what looks like some combat going on. There are people fighting down there. You can very vaguely hear the ting ting of swords. You do see one guy over by that wagon. There's one guy who's kind of fighting off like maybe 3 or 4 guys, and one of them kind of slashes at him, and he kind of grabs his chest and kind of falls to the ground. And they don't attack him. The one guy has his sword down, but the other 4 start moving toward that wagon. And from it, as you kind of get closer, you can see there's like a man and a woman on the wagon who are very obviously frightened about what's going on, and they're kind of like, no, the wagon's up here. There's several more guys surrounding those wagons. There's some fighting going on.
What do these guys look like? Do I recognize their clothing?
No, they're
not like
well,
guard.
from your adventures, these guys look like people from the east, but the way they're carrying themselves, and they look like bandits.
Okay, they're not like the Red Guard or
The
something.
caravan itself look like merchants, maybe normal folks who are just traveling.
How far away? Are they over 300?
Over 300 yards?
Yes.
Probably right about 300 yards.
Okay. I start advancing.
Okay.
Well, I never stopped the wagon, so.
Okay. Well, in that case, I ready my bows.
Okay.
My bow.
Okay.
I see someone fall injured. There are injured people.
Yeah, and you notice right behind that guy, the ox. Some of the wagons have horses, some have oxen. This one has one ox pulling the wagon.
This one has
and you
a
notice
horse
the ox is kind of down on one leg, like it's wounded its leg or something.
Okay, so
And there are 2 more oxen tied behind the wagon. They've all just stopped.
Okay, but there's also injured people on the ground.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they're attacking
This guy
other
just
civilians.
dropped. You over by the wagons, you see some people on wagons with bows and arrows trying to shoot at these guys. But there are 3 other guys up there who are kind of fighting with swords. They're trying to fend off like 4 or 5 opponents at a time. And it looks like this maybe just started recently. And around here, like I said, it's grasslands and plains, but there are some like shrubs, big shrubs, and like some copses of trees around that maybe these bandits could have been from, like an ambush maybe.
Oh, okay.
This road kind of goes down. You're on the road, and their road kind of comes and joins up again with the road you're on. Like they were maybe heading the same direction you guys are. The caravan.
When we get less than 300 feet, I'm firing at the one of the 4 that just chopped the other guy down.
Okay. So, what do you guys? You're still continuing on with the wagon. You're readying a bow.
Yep.
Is anybody else doing anything?
Since we're that far out, I'm going to also ready my bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready your bow?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you guys?
I just keep walking along with the wagon.
Okay.
You weren't riding?
No, I always walk.
Yeah.
I look at you and I go, get on.
I do not ride beasts.
They're right.
Well, I'll see you after. Yeah. What's this gonna?
Yeah, yours stops. That's dumb, man.
Go down there.
Let's just back at you.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Are you freaking done now? Seriously.
Red does that thing where he puts his paw. Like, shut up. Just shut up. No, as he does that, like, yeah, and starts to ride, you notice the little monkey kind of crawls up on his head and kind of grabs on doing that. like hissing, like it's raring to go.
That monkey's gonna get all the kills. You watch. That monkey's gonna just slay everybody.
I think that monkey's in control of him. He just clap his ears and he starts yanking on him.
He needs the chef's hat.
He's steering the horse and Rin's steering Tomo. That's a little bridle in his mouth.
Oh my god.
Like gobbling on the troll.
Okay, so you take off. Are you gonna pick up speed or anything like that, or
Yeah, a little bit.
everything else? You're gonna kind of pick up some speed. You guys
Oh, yeah.
have ranged weapons. Start kind of running
Yeah.
that way. Okay. All right. Well, eventually.
Actually, who was actually riding in the wagon?
I was riding in the wagon and then jumped out and
Got your bow.
got my bow ready and started running.
Okay.
Would it probably be easier to
Why?
shoot from the wagon than running and shooting, or is there a penalty? Is there a penalty to run and shoot, or would it be easier to shoot from the wagon? And
I think it's got a
same.
roof, doesn't it?
Yeah, but there's windows and
Oh, yeah, okay.
okay.
Well, there's in the wagon and then on the front on the driver's seat.
It'd
Yeah.
really be about the same because if you think about it, this wagon is not a Toyota. It's gonna like,
Gotcha.
especially with him running, it's gonna be bouncy.
Okay.
You running can be bouncy, but you can always stop to pull off a shot and keep running. So
Okay.
it's kind of up to you.
Okay. So you're off. You're on. You're walking. You're still walking.
No, actually, Barnabas jumped off. Catch up! And outruns the
Mustard. What?
outruns the wagon.
I relish
He
this.
said,
Oh,
It's hot dog.
Mayonnaise, a lot of folks around here.
speaking of hot dog,
yeah.
I was sorely tempted.
Oh no.
Was on Funko Pop the other day. They have a popcorn figure, and he's like it's 6 inches tall or so. But I thought about that. And it's like, man, that would be hilarious to get that in the next Toon game. Just like, okay.
Because after you're done
Your
with this
nemesis.
Exalted story, we were thinking about doing
Doing a
Toon
Toon
before the
story.
next.
before your
long
D&D,
story?
if you want.
Because you had brought it up.
I had mentioned it
And I
as
was
a
like, yeah.
reserves
Yeah.
Oh, a reserve.
Oh, reserve.
yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that would
because it's like Ghostbusters.
It's
It's,
real
simple
easy.
enough
Yeah.
to make characters. It's not really.
Well, that would be
Well,
good.
you
So, yeah.
said that, and I was like, yeah, let's have the next one be Toon in between long games.
Well, either way.
Okay.
All right, so you guys start taking off.
Our clothes.
Yeah, if you want. He already did.
Oh, screw this. I'm fighting. Clothes are restrictive.
So as you guys run down, you get within range, like the long range. Is that what it is?
Can we do
300
initiative
yards
then,
is
or
long
what should we
range, so-
do? Or do we?
Not right now because
Okay.
you're firing from a distance and they really can't do anything. So this is just if you want to get off some free shots, you can.
Not
But
me.
as soon as somebody gets hit, they're probably going to change tactics and come at you. So
Why does it say short bow or a chocolate come?
or a calcum.
Oh, crap.
It's that oral talcum powder.
Oral talcum, right.
Yeah, you get the bonuses for your speed and all that from it. You should already have written down.
Yep.
I don't see a distance. Wait a
For your
minute.
bow,
Range 200.
Range 300.
Bobby, what kind of bow do you have? Is it
Longbow?
longbow?
There's not actually a
No.
weapon.
Did you write on the back of the short sheet?
Longbow, accuracy, range 200. Okay.
And accuracy is +1.
Yeah, I see that.
Maximum
On my
strength
different
is
sheet.
4.
What?
Maximum strength is 4.
Mine says strength. Oh, wait, I'm looking.
Longbow. Rate of 3.
Where do I put? What do you mean maximum strength?
That's what you're going to add for your damage.
You can only add.
Or no, I'm
4.
sorry, maximum strength, what your strength has to be to use it, I think.
Yes.
Oh, I was
correct.
gonna say because I don't have a. I don't have a
Yeah.
damage thing written under the longbow.
Yeah, no, it's based on your strength, I think.
Okay.
You can add in your strength, but only up to a certain amount on the strength of the bow itself. I've got a strength of 5. So I can't put my entire strength into it. I can only go up to 4.
Oh, okay.
So
to do the. And
Well,
it just
the maximum
snaps.
strength it can be built for. So
Yeah.
if your strength is lower than a 4, you can still use it, I guess. Okay, so all right. All right. So you're taking a shot?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead
What do I
and
do to shoot?
roll your dex and archery.
What's your total?
It'd be 6 dice altogether.
Okay, now here's how this works. It's a little different than White Wolf. So when you roll, your difficulty is always 7 as opposed to 6 in White Wolf.
Okay.
Or your target number is always 7. Now, your difficulty is going to be 1 right now. So what that means is you have to have at least 1 die 7 or higher.
1 success.
All right. So
If I say the difficulty
And that
is
counts as 2.
2, right?
right, if I say the
I don't re-roll
difficulty
that,
is
do I?
3 for some reason, modifiers or whatever, if your difficulty is 3, you have to have 3 dice that come up 7 or higher. It's not the number that changes, it's the amount of successes you have.
Okay.
Okay? Yes.
So try not to
Hands
get
count as-
tongue kissed by the no teeth having, halitosis having.
Watch
Right.
the last episode, you'll understand.
It was funny.
Yep, 2 fails in a row.
I got 6 successes, so
6 successes.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Like that arrow from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
All 6 hit? Holy
no,
cow.
one was a 10. So
Oh,
double.
nice.
Yeah. So let me check something.
It's like,
Oh, do the 10s count as 2s?
yes.
Yeah.
3 successes, yeah.
It's a double success.
And not re-rolls.
Like that.
And ones
Double
cancel out,
success.
right? If you roll a 1, it cancels out.
No.
Success.
Oh.
If you have no successes and any ones, then it's a bust.
Gotcha.
That's the other thing that's different than White Wolf. Ones don't cancel anything.
Okay. Yeah, it is different.
So slightly different. Check something here. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah,
do
blah,
not say
blah.
blah blah blah.
Blue.
I do not say blue, blue, blue.
Blah, blah, blah.
Boris has joined us.
Oh, hello, Boris.
We're not playing Ghostbusters tonight.
Okay. So anyway,
Is there a Boris in the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, my character.
Come get some people.
Yeah.
Boris and
I'm sorry,
Jackson.
my brain just does not work.
all right. So 6 successes.
Yes.
All right. What is your strength?
My strength is 3.
3. Okay. So the way this works for extras is a little different. When we get into guys higher than you, it's basically they have to roll for damage, blah, blah, blah. Extras, you don't.
Okay.
It's kind of like Savage Worlds, those extras. We ran it last time a little full on, which worked well, but to speed it up, I'm going to kind of adapt some Savage World stuff to it. It's basically,
Of course you are.
yeah. After subtracting the extra soak, they cannot use stamina to soak, it's just armor. For every 3 dice of damage that remains, they take 1 health level. Okay, that's how we did it last time. I'm going to do this a little bit more fast.
Okay.
So, for instance, they're not, these guys, some of them seem to have leather armor. The rest are just wearing like clothes, regular jerkins and stuff. They are the weak opponents. So you hit. You did 6 successes. In the old system, that's 2 wound levels.
Right.
But you did so many wounds on 1 hit, I'm going to count it as that guy's like, oh, and just drops out of combat.
Yes.
So this is going to enforce, this battle will show you how or Exalted works and how powerful you
House
guys-
rules. House rules.
I love him. Won't touch him.
So one guy drops. Most of the guys around him are like, what the?
Where'd that come from?
Yeah. So
Who else is shooting? And I'm riding for a
Yeah.
full gallop.
these guys turn around and kind of like, who are those people? By the time they kind of disengage from these, most of the guys start moving up your way. Some of them are just going to stay there. So there's about 20 guys down there.
Perfect. We got this.
And it looks like 10 of them
I
are
am
going to
20
split
guys.
off and head your way.
20
The
reps,
other
all looking
10
like
are going
one
to
man.
stay there. All right. So by the time they gather their wits, turn around, you've already closed more distance.
Okay, so just as I'm riding, I'm putting some motes into the lantern, so it's starting to brighten up.
So it's gone from just
Oh, yeah,
the
should we
two.
hold initiative? Or?
Not yet.
Here in the next round, you're going
Okay.
to. This is like your free attacks.
This is
On
a
the,
Okay.
preemptive strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was anybody else shooting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
They had shorter distance.
Right.
ranges,
Ah,
so-
okay.
so at the beginning of the next turn, you guys are going to shoot. And then after that, we're going to go and do initiatives. Because then it'll be you're right there.
Shoot, dang.
Yeah.
So you put some motes into your lantern. So anybody watching Tomo ride up,
You
you've got
know
that big
it.
lantern, and the candle inside seems to get brighter.
2 motes worth.
Yeah, maybe trailing a little bit of flame
Like
behind
sparks.
it. Yeah.
And then I'm yelling.
I knew it. Yeah.
I don't know if I can yell and use my,
Hit the monkey. Hit the monkey on fire.
presence.
Yeah.
That's right.
They probably won't hear you.
Poetic?
Yeah, they probably won't even hear you over your
Okay.
horse. It's gonna be like,
The horse is screaming like crazy. This is hurting me.
no, although you see the little monkey on his head pull out a big poster board and write down what you said.
Still roll.
Its own subtitles. I get
No
that.
matter what he said, the poster just said, "Fuck you."
I
You'll be my,
please
you'll be
fuck
my
you.
friend.
I'm eating all of your hearts.
So
Like and subscribe.
Oof. So bad.
all right. So Valis and
The
Rachel,
monkey didn't mean
you
it.
guys want to take a shot? Go ahead.
Okay, so it's Dex and archery. Now I have 0 in archery. And,
So it's-
so it's just a Dex at 3.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's-
should he get another shot too?
Yeah. You can take one more shot if you like.
Oh, okay.
And you also.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Wait a minute.
Looking for a what?
7 or 6?
Target number 7.
7.
Nope.
Okay.
2, 4, 5, 6.
But I did get a 1.
Okay. So basically, and you flipped it over to the other side, so it kind of goes wild and shoots way off.
It's like some duck. Dog runs after it.
A 1.
Point 1.
Okay. You want to roll?
What? Okay.
Oh, wait till she gets up close.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah,
That's different.
I'm good from back here. You're good like right up there. All right.
So dexterity.
Yes, dexterity and archery. And how do I see where I get another? How many attacks I get?
Well, you can spend
You add your
essence
dexterity
if you
points
want.
and your.
You have charm to give you extra archery stuff.
Oh, I thought there was something that.
Shit,
Okay, no, wait. You get a whole lot of attacks, I think.
No, what you can do is split your dice pool.
Yes.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
let me explain
yeah.
that for bows,
Yeah.
because longbows. Is everybody using a longbow?
No, I'm using a short bow.
Short bow. Okay, so
Although,
a longbow has a rate of 3. A short bow has a rate of 2. You can fire 3 times in a turn,
Oh, wow.
but you have to split your dice pool.
Ah.
So
okay.
whatever your dice pool, what's your dex and
And
archery?
you
So I don't
weren't
roll 6
liking that
dice again
idea
for
or
the next
something, were
attack.
you?
No, that was.
One attack.
Wait, Brad.
Rob, if you wanted to make 2 attacks this turn, you split your dice pool.
So take 3 dice in one, 3 dice in the other.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and that's
And
how
do your
that's how you
5.
make multiple attacks.
Yeah.
I will. So
Or you can
So
do
from now
4
on-
dice
the
in
first
one.
attack was just.
You just
That was just
put
one
everything into one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So basically, if you shoot 1 arrow, you're at your full dice pool. If you shoot more than that, your dice pools are smaller.
Yeah.
More
I'm just
attacks, you mean.
gonna do the.
Yeah.
More attacks,
whatever.
less chance to
Right.
hit.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Same dice, but divided among.
It's math.
so if you shoot 1 arrow, you get a
Wow.
much better chance of hitting than shooting like Legolas style.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do 1,
I have. Okay, go ahead.
and I'm going to use wise arrow.
Why? That's the one I was going to use.
You wise arrow. You
You.
Okay.
1 mote. Oh, per die. I was wondering why does it say purdy? Oh, 1 mote per die.
So for every mote you spend, you get an extra die to roll.
Okay.
And don't forget, you have a specialty for archery, don't you? Didn't you have?
Yes.
What was it?
Oh. No, it's just marked with an X. Sorry. No, I don't have specialty.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Okay.
You got how many motes
So,
does that spend? If any.
well, you know what? This is the first one. I'm not going to spend any.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I should probably be able to do it. And 7.
Ooh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 0, 0, 0.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
0, 0, 0. Love you because you're my hero.
So 6 successes.
Yes.
So again,
2, 3,
they're
4,
like,
5, 6, 7.
get those
Oh, no,
guys.
5, 6,
So 10 of them are like, nah. Thunk, right through the forehead, right out the back, and he just face plants right there. So
I got that one right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Just give me. You got some chewing gum. It still tastes like that guy.
Bob, you want to take a shot?
I'm going to use Y0 also.
Okay.
And yes, I'm going to take a shot.
Okay. Now, if you spend it off your personal essence, your glow's not going to happen. If you spend it off your peripheral essence,
Oh, my personal essence. So where's that at? I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure
down
it out.
at the bottom here,
You
toward
have
the bottom.
two groups, personal and peripheral, down at the bottom. Bottom right.
S
Should
O
have.
S.
Oh, okay.
You haven't filled out yet?
No,
Oh, well, I can figure out what it is. Hold on, let me look it up.
I have 3 dots in essence, so I know.
No, it's a combination of a lot of stuff.
It's it's
Great.
It's math.
Yep.
It's the 3 plus. what was
And now
that,
we put the game on hold to map.
plus willpower.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because it has the.
Mouse Makers has joined us on.
Hi, Mouse.
She said, "Purdy, he Purdy because she's Biz Purdy."
Yeah, well, I did shower today.
Sorry, darling, we were thin and I didn't look over at the.
Doesn't it look
Check.
like Purdy?
I'll rewrite
Birdie.
it. Computer sheet. I'll rewrite it.
That's fine. No, now I understand. I was like, what does that mean, Purdy?
It's Purdy.
Purdy.
So essence.
She's so Purdy.
Okay, your personal essence pool is going to be 3 times your essence
So
plus your willpower.
9 plus 14. Okay.
Okay. Your peripheral essence is 7 times your essence
Okay.
plus your willpower.
Yeah.
How much is your essence?
Plus my essence, your willpower, you said?
Plus your willpower, plus the sum of your virtues. So add up all the dots you have for all your virtues.
Oh, fuck me.
Ooh.
4,000.
Close enough. No.
Okay. 35.
Make it 2 for that.
35. 55.
Okay. So, Mark, how many votes did you want to spend on Y0?
2.
Okay, so mark those off your personal essence. There's a column next to it. You can write it there or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. And make your shot.
What do I have to get again?
7.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
4.
Nice.
Okay. You stab a guy in the shoulder and he's like, ah! And he kind of stumbles.
That'll learn you.
Yeah. He's going to be at. Okay. So you didn't really knock him for a loop.
Right.
You did
That's
hurt
fine.
him.
No,
pretty
I
bad, so.
did damage, so that's all that matters.
So they're still running. You're running at them. We're going to say at this time you are kind of engaging in melee combat if you wish. If you want to stop and hang back and shoot arrows, that's up to you.
Can I yell at this point?
Yes,
They
you
can
may
hear?
yell now if you
Okay,
wish.
will this to be my initiative or is before?
No, this will be before your initiative. It's like the
right.
end of that round, so to
right.
speak.
Um,
Hold it, bad
Tell you about your work.
With a monkey.
Not at LRP.
I have this thing called Unruly Mob Reboot. I'm getting ready to whip out. It's going to be awesome.
You want to whip out a mom?
I'm going to
it's
whip
like
it out.
it's like a shield with mace and a fire hose. that comes off of the car. All right.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. And now, what are we from the eye? What was
Blessed Isle?
Yeah, but we're not hero. Can't say solars, so it's kind of like A thing for heroes in the
We're
thing, or
Batman.
just
Yes, heroes.
heroes? Okay.
Yeah, they don't have their own special
Big
language.
Basically, I'm gonna yell out, "Retreat now! For you face heroes that will show you no mercy! Feel the wrath of the great Titan!"
I turn around and run.
And
I didn't know.
now, what do I roll for presence? That would just be manipulate.
I would say, yeah, manipulation and presence, because
Now,
you're trying to get them to
says,
do something.
Make it pass me says, "I forget this once." He scrambles to.
I got one.
Yes, yes.
Got a
man.
one?
I got one success.
One success.
Just doing his math,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say that, they're kind of like,
Yeah, no creature.
they're like, the guy with the monkey on his head just threatened me. Big whoop. They don't really seem to put too much
Yep,
stock.
that's
in it.
fine.
You shout it out, and they're like, "Oh, you're a hero, huh? Guess what? We're bandits." Yeah.
So initiative, right?
Initiative. So
Okay.
here's how initiative works for the new guys who didn't get to play last time. Take your
Oh, sure.
decks.
Throw us under the bus again.
Yeah.
Take my deck.
Take your deck.
deck.
Divide it by 2. Take your dex plus your wits.
Okay.
And add a d10. So the number of dots you have, add them together for a number.
Okay.
So dex
I
plus
wrote it up
wits.
here so I can remember.
Wits. Oh. So,
So your dex rating, your wits rating,
Now
And then add.
roll a d10.
roll d10.
And add.
Now, if like Brad, if you have your sword in hand,
Yeah.
don't forget to add that speed modifier to your initiative
Okay.
because that you're using that.
Okay, so we're gonna roll a number and then add our decks.
Right.
And then I'm gonna add. Okay.
Right. And you do not re-roll 10s or anything. 10 is just 10.
10. Okay.
But that was very good.
got 14 for
And that stays the same for the rest of the
initiative.
battle, right? Or is that every time?
Every turn.
Every turn.
Every turn, so it can change out.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing the live, Joe.
Yeah. Yo, Joe.
Share the love.
Thanks for following us, Donna Gilbert. Donna Gilbert.
Thanks, Donna.
We appreciate you. We thank you.
Don't forget to check out Family RPG every whatever days are on.
Family
Most
RPG
Mondays.
fights role plays from Diaphragm.
Okay. So does everybody have an initiative rating then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got some. I got me one deal. Yep.
You Bubba. Y'all got some tools.
Got two.
All right.
Nice.
Now you know what Steve suffers with. Quit making fun of the poor guy.
That's a
What together?
that's some Mike
So
history
combat
right
works a
there.
lot like White Wolf. The lowest initiative, we're going to go around the table.
Oh,
The
that's
lowest
right.
initiative tells you what you're going to do. Then we go declare all the way up to the highest initiative, and then we resolve it back down. That way, the lowest initiative, you say what you're going to do, and the higher initiatives can react to that.
Oh, I gotcha.
And then when we get to the highest initiative, we start resolving it backwards. So they'll get to
Stupid
act
way.
first. Yeah. So
I'm going to fist fuck all of them.
what's your initiative?
One.
Okay, are you going to split your dice pool for that?
My dice pool for that.
Okay, so how about a 13? Does anybody have lower than a 13?
I have a 13.
You all have 13s?
Or lower.
Okay. Why don't we just go around the table?
Yeah, okay.
I have 13.
Okay.
10.
10.
14.
Okay.
15. 16.
8.
8. Okay. Phallus.
All right.
So
I'm gonna
Sounded like a phallus.
run up on the first guy. I'm gonna do a cartwheel. Gonna do stunt here. Cartwheel and then come down on it
with your Gormal.
Yeah, with the hammerhead.
Now, did you throw the bow or did you drop the bow?
I just dropped the ball.
Drop the bow. Okay, that's fine. So, okay, yes. One important thing for stunts, if you want to describe them for these kind of battles, go ahead. Just don't because we want these battles to be quick. But stunts when you're fighting major opponents can be very useful. A stunt is you describe some creative way you do it. Don't just say, I'm gonna hit the guy with my Gormal. I'm gonna cartwheel, and as I come out of the cartwheel, I'm gonna cleave bring my weapon
What's
down.
the air
on
cartwheel called? And your hands don't touch the ground. I can't remember.
Impossible.
No-handed cartwheel like this.
No handed cartwheel.
It's called a yearbook.
So
I was a cheerleader.
Oh, two.
if you describe a stunt and you succeed, you get a point of essence back. Now, a stunt will also give you bonus die. So if you're just doing a stunt like that, is called a 1-point stunt. You get 1 bonus die for doing something creative. If you use kind of something around you, like part of the environment, it could be a 2-dice stunt. Now, if you describe something epic, and it actually says in the book where anybody at the table goes, "Damn, that's cool," that's a 3-point stunt.
Damn!
So
when we
it's
all do
like-
that, it's trying to say, oh.
So like Wade, when you jumped up, you were on that bar, like literal bar above the bar, and you flipped off, hit the guy twice as you somersaulted over him and landed on the back of a chair without tipping it over.
Yes.
That was a 3-dice stunt because it's like, damn, that's pretty cool. And if you pull it off, you get 3 essence points back. So these fights, unless you spend a point of essence and you're like, I want to get that back, go ahead. But mainly those are for like the big stunts or the big fights against major villains. But if you want to use stunts, go ahead, because it actually does make it very entertaining. But just make them quick.
Now,
So,
Speaker says we're playing a diceless card game called Space Kings, and she loves it.
oh,
Nice.
That is family RPG, so check those out on Twitch.
all right.
Yep.
So you're going to do your cartwheel and bring your
Mondays
normal down on their head.
and
Every
Spleen Day.
other.
Spleen date.
10. Rachel, you had a 10?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you planning on doing?
I'm no, you weren't with me. My focus right now is trying to get to the wounded person.
Okay, you'll have to get through a couple of these guys to do it.
Well, no problem.
So how are you going to do that?
I'm going to shoot the closest one to me
Okay.
with
so
my arrow.
You're just going to shoot him with it?
Point blank.
Yeah. What was that one you did
Hold it
last
right up
time?
to his nose and
You stabbed the guy in the head with the arrow and then
the
used
arrow.
fiery arrow to ignite it?
Yeah. After I dumped meat on his head, so his whole head caught fire. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
That was awesome.
Well, it better have been awesome after I go.
Okay. So you're just going to shoot the nearest one to you to get him out of your way.
Yeah.
Okay. So 11, 12, somebody had a 14?
I had a 13.
Thanks for
13.
live streaming live,
14,
Mouse.
15, 16.
Okay.
All right, I had 13.
13? Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I do have a dot and ride. So I'm going to ride up, if I can, do the old dust off the saddle horn, kind of fly through the air and land. And as I land, with the lantern plunk in the front, and I'm going to cast Titan's Breath on the group,
Okay.
which is 10 votes.
Gonna show your celerity right now in front of everybody.
Show everybody that
Well,
you're...
it's 10 votes, so it'll be some, but not a lot. But basically, this gigantic Titan
Okay.
comes from the
Now,
ground.
Keep in mind, spending 10 motes of essence.
Gets the cops called on you.
Here come the popo.
Break your willy.
Probably destroys all those wagons down there.
True.
The character is surrounded.
Save you. Is this personal? That's
At
not.
least they're not suffering.
Does it though? Right?
Oh, that's true. If it's personal, then
Personal.
it doesn't affect that. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Well, personal.
actually, wasn't that still within a certain range?
no, if
certain
it's
limit?
personal, it doesn't.
Personal.
But if it's
That's
peripheral,
personal.
it does. That's when you have to count how many motes. Because, like 10, for example, 10 motes, character is surrounded by a coruscating and light bright enough to read by, and the cast mark, burning gold emblem in his forehead. Stealth is impossible. So if you spend 10 votes of personal peripheral essence, that's it. But personal essence,
Personal essence.
you're okay.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to basically launch off the saddle horn, stick the thing in the ground, kind of land next to it, and use Titan's Breath.
Right.
Okay. All right. They also have a 13, but they probably are going to go before you. They're all just going to try and swing at you people.
Okay.
The different-
Now I want to make sure I can get them in. That's the other thing, because that's why I was riding the horse up ahead.
Yeah.
Is because it's 60 foot long, 40 feet wide, and 10 foot tall.
You'll get probably.
I don't want to get them in it.
No. They're behind you because you rode up on a horse.
Okay,
so
all right.
You're ahead.
Okay.
So you'll probably get at least 5 of them
Okay.
out of the 10.
All right.
Okay. 14.
I'm going to launch into Unruly Mob Rebuke.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up on the wagon and say, "Listen, you bastards!
Yo,
Those who kill the innocent will rebuke all things that happen to you. Listen to me. Sakara will cast you, and I will curse all your family."
I think we've got it this time.
If that's successful, what? That's the one where they might just break?
PC can deliver a stern rebuke and shatter the inertia holding the mob.
Inertia.
Inertia holding the mob together, causing it to disperse.
Except it's not really a mob, it's actually a group of bandits. So
Mob of bandits.
Break their spirit, basically.
It will probably work on the 5 that stayed, or the 10 that stayed back at the wagons.
Yeah, okay.
Not these guys, because they're intent on attacking you.
Oh.
But the 10 who are like, yeah, get those guys.
And a giant titan comes from nowhere.
That might be like, they might be like, no, we're sorry. We thought you were somebody else. You know, it was the gang colors you had. I'm sorry. So,
Yeah,
but it
glad
won't
we
work
weren't
on
sure.
these guys. So, do you still want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. 15?
Is there any coming directly for me? That I
Yeah,
can
you'll be
tell?
able to engage.
Okay.
this guy.
I will probably go ahead and try. I'll just kind of get to a certain point, and I'll stop and kind of take a stance and just kind of wait for a couple of them to come up, and then I'll go ahead and I'll use Blossom Attack,
Okay. All right.
depending on how many actually come at me.
There'll probably be at least 2 coming at you.
Okay, so I will-
Yeah, 2 coming at you.
All right, we'll do 2 strikes then.
Okay. And these are 2 that are out of his
Okay.
breath. Okay. 16.
I'm going to drop the reins, jump up, run along the top of my horse, vault off in a flat spin with my staff.
We're both doing this, Kevin.
No mouth speakers. That's Dennis's headwear. He says, pardon me, but is a player being consumed by an alligator at the end?
Is Mouse on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It's my kind of like helm.
Yeah.
And she said, mob like enough, oh, give it to him.
So you're going to do the flat spin with your staff out, kind of spin it
Well,
around you?
Open it as it, or break it
just
as it,
in
and
sections.
spin it as I'm.
Oh,
landing.
okay. Got it. Okay. Trying to hit anybody or just...
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So, you're going to get up, drop the reins. Bucephalus is like, okay, dude, go for it.
Yeah.
So, you run along the spine of your
I
horse.
see the dust like
You actually notice that he lowers his head, and as you get up there, he lifts his head to give you that extra boost.
Yep.
You flip around, undo your thing, and roll to hit. I'm going to give you a 2-point or 2-point stunt for that because you used your wagon and horse to get this going. So you get 2 bonus die.
Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Let's see here. 5 successes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a couple of the guys are coming up. They've all got, some of them have swords. A couple of them have like clubs, like cudgels, or maces. You hit one of the guys with a sword. He's kind of running up, and sees you jump off your horse, and and you just crack him right across the side of the face with that, and he just like full out run, takes a nosedive, and just tumbles over end, and kind of like lays there for a minute, and drops his sword. He's not getting up any time real soon, but he doesn't look like he's dead. But you really knocked him for a loop.
Yeah.
So he's kind of out of it. That would go to Brad.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to spend 4 personal points.
Okay. Oh, and you got 3 essence. And you haven't spent any essence yet. Okay, so
No.
yeah, you don't get it back.
Yeah.
It doesn't store up.
And it's going to be melee and dex.
Yeah.
And then I use my specialty.
Yep, that gives you a bonus die.
So 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the sword, 14.
Yeah.
holy.
So I'll just kind of stand there, just like
Yeah,
just
kind of
calmly, nonchalantly, and then as I come up, I'll do kind of like a circle 8.
Yeah. And hit
Oh,
those guys.
One for each of them.
Okay.
So it's 14 per die.
I'm not splitting these either, do I? On this one.
And not for this one,
Yeah,
because
no.
it's kind of one attack that's on weak opponents.
Cool.
If you are fighting other Exalted, I may make you split your dice
like
pool. or
Blade
something
Fury.
like that.
Blade Flurry.
Well, Rob, I didn't know this charm was so powerful. It looks like he's going to throw 14 dice at this poor bastard.
Well, I feel sorry for them, but we're gonna see what happens here, Bob.
Yep. I think he's going to have to clean out most.
Oh, he just cleaved that one's head right in half.
Holy moly, he's rolling more dice.
Looks like he's gonna do it again, and it's all zeros. He's just killed the world.
5. So 5 on the first one.
Bob, we're all dead now.
Well, so much for that campaign.
Oh, ones. That's amazing.
2, 3, 4.
Oops, nothing but undead.
4 on the second one, but then I also have actually had +2 damage on each of those. Or no, +4 damage.
Okay. All right.
So you automatically, is that 4 more dice? Or does that 4
Is
more
that dice or? Oh, okay.
So you roll
Plus
4 more
4
dice.
damage.
So I'd actually roll 4 more. Well, that was just
18
a
dice.
hit, though, right? That was just a hit.
Yeah, but they don't soak anything.
Oh, okay.
Normally, the way this works, he would soak some of it, and then you'd take however many successes are left and roll those to see how much damage you did.
Oh, okay.
So we're not worried about the damage on this.
Okay.
But that was enough. They're like, 2 guys. They're like, he's not even doing anything. I'm dead. One looks at the other. How did we miss?
That's so samurai too. It's like,
It's Brad being sneaky.
Yeah. Oh, he just stood there.
That's so samurai.
One guy has a huge slash this way, and the other one has a slash that way. They look like Tomax and Zaymon.
Yeah.
They basically fall to the ground, whimpering. So there's that. All right. 14. You are going to.
I did my orate thing
Okay. So you just spent the essence, right?
I did.
All right. Now.
on the group in the back.
does he have to roll something?
Yeah, I was going to look that up. Does it have a page number for that charm?
Yes, page 120, 172.
72.
That'll make it for you.
Look at the Pop Tart.
Oh, yes. That was cool.
Mouse Maker says, let's see, I've got to catch up now. El Jammer?
Spelljammer?
Spelljammer.
Spelljammer. That's how we finished. That's how we finished the Spelljammer. Blew up the solar system. We all died. Oh, pretty girl made eye contact. When you looked into the camera.
Is that mouse or?
Yeah, Mouse Makers.
Hi, mouse.
Dragonwood just showed up.
Bye.
Good for him.
Good for them. We don't know what they are.
Them.
They could be Dragonwood. I don't know.
Looks like the guys up by the wagons kind of stop and kind of like, a couple of them are like parrying off and they back off, kind of look. And the ones who are like, yeah, go get them, they're kind of like stand there. They're look at each other, kind of they don't break and run, but they're definitely like, what the hell? Because it's like, oh, who are these guys? Whack! That jumped off his horse. He just cut 2 guys like that. You will stop. Well, let's see what else happens.
Really?
They're kind of like ready to just bolt.
Right, but they're waiting.
They're kind of like, well, maybe we can take them. Maybe they can take them.
Maybe we
All
can
right.
take them.
So,
13.
yep, that goes to you.
Okay.
Oh, my dragon.
I
show
basically
up
land
with that little
and
voice.
cast the Titan's Breath.
She used.
Frozen death from upon his enemies.
Oh.
Put the head and shoulders of a gigantic humanoid rise up from the ground in front of the sorcerer. The Titan successfully discharges a gout of freezing wind. Anyone with it, anything caught in the wind, a frigid blast is instantly engulfed within a layer of ice. As the massive creature disappears into the ground once more, it bellows, shattering the icy shells.
Funny weather we're having.
Ice she sells
Yep.
at the seashore.
So I automatically get 3 successes because of my cult, but I also roll 7 dice. And it's a 7, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 3, 8.
He did a good mouth.
And I said, "You will face the Titan's wrath." And then they're all like frozen, and their movements are halved. Actually, if they take a lethal, their movement is halved as well.
Okay. And that was how many? 8?
8.
8 million.
Now there is a question on that because I don't know if 3 successes means I automatically get 3 of the roll, or in addition to, on when you cast this.
Automatic successes are you roll the dice and you got success.
So I got 8. So yeah, that was probably a little.
So basically, you're like,
Spending 10
and as you land, you do that. That
You get tuberculosis.
ice creature comes up, and the way I see it, it's like the dead tree from Evil Dead 2, but made of ice.
Yeah, this is giant.
It blows that wind. 5 of the guys are like, and they get hit and just freeze for a second. But as it shatters, like bellows, and melts back into the ground, they actually take damage, right?
8.
Yeah. So basically, as it shatters, it like throws them solid. So it's like the T-1000. When it shatters, they have been flash frozen, so they break apart into pieces.
Nice.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do.
We're gonna get arrested.
Think about it.
I got punched. Don't worry about it.
If they can take 3 successes causes 1 wound, and they only have 3 wounds, you just did like basically 3 wounds
plus some
in one attack. So those 5 guys just explode. The guys at the wagons are like, well, let's see what happens. Nope.
Yeah,
And running for the tree. They're like running away. Let's see. There's only like 2 left, and that's.
I do have the power of halitosis.
Okay, so Raisha, you had a 10, so you're up next. You're gonna shoot the arrow, shoot at the guy, running at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's still there.
Oh yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
He's like, man, drinking ice.
Yeah. Because there were 10 guys, so there's 5 that you took care of, 2 that you took care of, 1 that he took care of. So there's
1 on 1.
Technically 2 left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now sorcery is a little different because there are sorcerers in this world.
Yes.
Thaumaturgists.
And I am dressed.
We just found out there's a sorcerer.
But I mean, there's.
But I'm also
normal
dressed.
portals.
I'm also dressed in basically the Mages Guild outfit.
Yeah.
So you know.
Okay.
So you got the little stars on your hat?
Yes, I do.
Doody.
I am
Uzis.
I am Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
That's a Hufflepuff. Okay, right there.
You wanna?
So 1s don't count as long as I have success.
Right.
Okay, so 1 success and 1.
So 1 success.
1 success.
Okay.
Of 8. Of an 8, if that matters.
That's-
1 success.
1 success. It hits. So you basically shoot the arrow at the guy. It grazes his ear, but he's like, oh shit. You know, after he's like, and your arrow flies, he's like, oh my god, I'm dead. So he just kind of.
Yeah, hey, thanks for that Titan
She
thing.
sent us a cat paw, I believe.
Oh, thank
Or no,
you.
cowboy hat. Excuse me.
Well, yeah.
Little Macy.
No, there, Mousebreaker, she all right.
Yeah.
My eye's tired. When she leans forward, looks white on her head, looks like red among us characters. I think she's speaking in Japanese.
Talking about.
No, she's saying that
My eyes tired.
Her eyes are tired.
Okay. When she leans forward, looks white on her head, looks like red among us characters.
Looks red among what?
Us
the
characters.
game Among Us,
Oh, among us characters. Oh, okay.
Your eyes are tired too.
basically the
Yeah,
white top knot on her head makes her look like the Among Us character.
Oh.
That's what she's saying.
I'm not sure what the Among Us character is.
Among Us is a
It's a
game.
little video game.
That's how old we are.
It's one of them there ColecoVision.
I like the football game myself.
All right, so you shoot at the guy and he freaks. It just grazes his ear, but he like moves away from you. So he does clear your path, but you didn't do anything to him.
Okay.
Okay, so you.
That's okay. Now, with the melee weapon, that's strength plus melee, or is that dexterity?
Dex.
It's the dex.
Because that's to hit. When we do damage, you would roll your strength plus the rating of your weapon to see how much damage you do.
All right. Okay. And I'm going to throw two essences with excellent strike on that.
Okay.
So let's see, 6 plus 2, 2, 4.
Don't forget the one for your stunt. We're doing the
Right.
Oh, did I get that too?
Okay, we're looking at what,
yeah,
7s?
Huh?
We're looking at 7 for that we gotta make? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mike, you would have got 2 essence back.
5. 5 so far.
Actually, make it 3.
Yeah, 6 successes.
6 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did that no-handed cartwheel kind of thing.
Well, no, I did have handed. I was,
Okay.
I
You
was
just did the
grounded.
cap.
Yeah.
So you do the cartwheel, come out of it with the gormal, bring it down. Hammer first or axe first?
Hammer.
Hammer. Okay.
The hammer.
Bash the guy right in the face. You hear a crunch or something, and he goes sprawling on the ground like a rag doll. Looks like you broke his nose. Really good.
At least.
Yeah, at least. So you knocked him to the ground instantly. So these 10 guys are down. As you guys stop and look up, the other 10 guys are bolting for the woods.
Yay. Way to tell them to get out of here.
You hear a lot of the ones of the caravan. You hear people down there like cheering. You know, yeah, yeah. You see 2 guys who were fighting up by
Then we
the.
find out that these 20 people were trying to get their stuff back from this caravan.
2 of the guys who were fighting up by the 5 wagons bolt back to the guy that got hit in front of that straggler wagon. They run over there.
Yeah, she was running over there.
You run over there too. A couple of other people were kind of like fighting, trying to fight. You know, that you could tell these people aren't fighters, but they're like, I have a sword, I'll get back. So they're like, yeah. As you guys move up, you run over to that wagon.
The wounded. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else going ahead and moving on up as well.
I'll jump back on my horse.
Moving on up.
So,
All right.
and then ride
Climb
over.
back up on the wagon.
Okay. So you guys eventually are gonna make it down there pretty quick. Okay, Raisha, when you get there, that wagon, you see there's a guy on the ground, pretty built guy, looks like he can handle himself. His sword is laying on the ground next to him. He's got a pretty deep gash. Looks like he's maybe taken 2 wounds, 2 health levels. So he's kind of like, The other 2 guys that run up to him are also kind of well built. You notice they all look similar, like they're related, maybe brothers or something.
Okay.
So these 2 guys come up and they're like, "Oh, you okay, Zach? Zach?" He's like, "Yeah. That hurt." He's like, "What happened?" They're like, "Oh man, you should have seen it. I don't know what's going on." They're helping him up. Over about 5-6 feet away from them, you see that wagon, and the ox looks like it has an arrow in its leg, and it's kind of down. The people on the wagon are just like, "Oh my god, oh wow," and they see you running up, and they're just like, "Thank you."
Okay, so the 2 guys are helping the other guy, so he's.
You don't know if they know medicine, but they're helping him up to his feet.
He's still cut pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ox is hurt pretty bad. too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So who are you going to?
they're just helping him up. So
Yeah. Oh, well, who's closer, the man or the ox?
the man.
Okay, the man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
As you approach,
Yeah. I'll be like, how wounded is he? Does he need attention?
yeah, probably. He's like, "Yeah, I do. I would appreciate it."
Okay, so I'll be, examining him.
Okay. It's pretty obvious he just has a cut. Do you want to use one of your medical charms to heal him, or do you want to just...
I think he'd be able to heal
probably
just
use
fine
first
in
aid.
time, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to roll your intelligence and medicine. And he will heal in time, but this will just help stop some of the bleeding.
1.
Oh, that's good. It's enough to stop the bleeding. He only had 2 health levels, so it stops the bleeding. You kind of like, you'll be fine. Just, we'll change that bandage here in a little while. Bleeds through, kind of do your first aid stuff. And he's like, okay, thanks. Thank you.
Okay.
So they help him out. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. Man.
Don't yank him.
Yeah. So you can go over to the ox if you want.
I can turn and head that way.
Okay. Looks like they help him up to his feet, and he's kind of like, and you hear some people cheer when he gets up to his feet, kind of like the footballers get taken off the field, walk on his own. So you go over to the ox. The people are like, thank you. They see you're going for the ox, and they're like, I don't know if there's anything we can do. Okay. So you're going to look at the ox. The rest of you guys start moving up. You'll probably get there first, Stone, because you ride up on horseback. So where do you go?
Kind of near the center of them, and just kind of ride the staff, and basically,
I'm William Wallace.
This is. Fear not, people. You are safe. You are safe now. The heroes of the Isle have come. Because I have basically the clothes on. So.
You notice when you say the heroes of the Isle have come, a couple of them are like, shit.
And the monkey came out.
Yeah, and the monkey probably did.
I guess what would that be?
That, in this area, saying you're from the Blessed Isle, they're
Okay.
like, oh, great, this guy's arrogant. He's probably going to ask for pay. They don't really care for the Blessed Isle out here. You're getting to the wilderness now, so it's like,
I gotcha.
Screw that.
All right.
So it might be best to just say, you're safe.
Yeah,
and leave the Blessed Isle out. I got you. If you were closer to the coast,
damn hero.
Oh, hey, great. Yeah, they're here.
But basically, I'm going to haul out everything that you are safe to calm that. Basically, use my presence to calm everybody. And
they're pretty much, once they broke and ran, they're pretty calm. So.
Okay. Well, do I need to roll or not roll? Or
if you wish, you can.
I rolled a 7 and a 1, so I got 1 success.
Okay. So, they're kind of like, okay, we know you're not here to rob us again.
Yep.
So that puts their mind at ease, and they're kind of like clapping and stuff like that. The rest of you guys kind of start moving. Where do you go? Who do you talk to? It looks like there's one guy toward the head of the wagons. Bigger guy, pretty broad for a human. Bald, got a big black mustache, kind of handlebar mustache. Wearing like what looks like kind of like a leather jacket. Kind of like, he looks a lot like the 3 guys. The one that was wounded and the 2 ones.
I'm Daryl. This is my other brother, Daryl.
Yeah, he looks a little older, so this might be their father. So he's up there with a sword and kind of, cheering everybody with everybody else. Like, yeah, thank you. So he's at the head. The 3 brothers look like they're kind of getting their friend and moving back to the main wagons. She's over there by that straggler wagon. So there's people everywhere, mostly on the wagons, but there's a couple guys out by their wagon with swords like they were protecting their stuff. Where do you go? He's kind of in the middle of everybody. She's by that last wagon. Dallas, where do you
go? I'm just going to kind of
You tripping?
stand
Why are you
here.
tripping?
Stand here by the defeated foes here and put a watch on them and whistle for
What's going on?
Shadow
Caught around your
come sit by me.
Okay, all right.
Or play
you
a guy.
kind of watch there. Barnabas, where do you go?
I'm going to go ahead and move the wagon up, basically up even with where the big guy,
the head wagon,
the apparent leader is.
Okay, so you ride up there. Cicada, how about you? Are you still on the wagon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go up to the front, and then I'll see where Sawatsu comes back. But real quick, we'll go with you guys. You ride up, and the big guy's like, "Oh there, thank you so much, fellow travelers. I don't know how to thank you enough. Bandits are so bad around here, and We never expected to see this many. My name is Zorn.
Good night,
the
mouse
caravan.
fingers.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night.
Oh, well,
Please join us.
good day to you, Zorn. I'm Barnabas.
Barnabas. Well met.
Crucifixio stopping in to say hello.
So, did you see any evidence of these bandits before this, or was this just...
Well, we've seen bandits in the past, usually only about 5 or 6, and they tend to stay away. This is a pretty big bandit group. But I know there are some
Large band of bandits.
there are larger bandit groups operating in the area as of late. I was hoping we could protect ourselves, but we were
On everybody.
unfortunately outnumbered.
Well, sometimes quality and quantity are often at odds, so...
Yes, I see
So,
that.
would you be needing the assistance of some extra guards in your journey?
After this incident, I would say yes. Thank you.
Well, we could probably be... you could probably find us helpful in that regard. So let us discuss how much you might be paying us.
I understand. And he kind of like, all right, so we'll break from there. Let's see where Brad wants to go.
You're asking for money?
Over at the wagon.
Well, for continued guarding of their...
Oh, now we're on mob. Great.
Over at the oxen.
So we're offering.
So you look at the animal.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Does it
How
look back?
is he? He's probably lame, huh?
Probably, but
I can
you
make
can
it.
do something about that if
I
you wish.
can. Because if he's lame, they're going to kill him and eat him.
Probably.
Hey, ox burgers are very tasty.
And I know it, but
Only when they've been stalled.
It looks like the man on the wagon is comforting the woman. You know, she's kind of like shaking and crying.
He was
He's like,
comforting
"It's
the
okay,
ox,
it's
he was
okay, we're all
comforting the
right
child. Wait, the ox was comforting the child?
It was my favorite
okay.
dog.
So there's an arrow in his leg,
now." Yeah.
so I can
That
take
was
the arrow
really
and
great
pull
in
it
my life
out.
until I took an arrow to the knee.
I was such a useful oxen until I took an arrow to the knee. Now I'm just good for burgers.
So do I have to do something? First, I have wound mending care technique, medicine 3, grievous injury recovery method, touch of blissful release. Is that what I? Oh,
Touch of blissful relief.
charms.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Well, read each of those charms and see what they
I'm
do.
reading. Do I have grievous injury? So I have to have both of them, which I'm sure I do because
If you have it written, you have them. So
Yeah.
it's just showing you, that was just a progression. In order to have this spell, you had to have that spell.
right.
Sorry.
So I don't have to roll the diagnostic
It's
first.
nothing
I can
that
just go
they
ahead
said.
What's going on?
I just screwed something up. So.
So I can go straight for wound mending care technique.
If that's what you want to do, yeah. What does it say?
Take one potato.
Can I see the book there, Mike?
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Okay. Each day caring. No, I want something immediate because
Grievous wound technique or whatever. What does that one say? It's probably the
body
quickest.
mending meditation. PC must have bed rest for duration.
Yeah.
Heals others. Each day caring for patient in bed rest. PC heals health levels equal to essence score plus additional levels per successes on intelligence and medicine roll. Only treat one patient at a time. That doesn't sound immediate to me.
It could be. Because
It just depends on what you roll.
Yeah.
You roll your medicine, and with that,
It's my turn to disappear.
you'll be able to heal them quicker in time. So if they see that the ox is okay, probably be able to not
Yeah.
kill them. It's gonna be like that.
Okay, yeah, so that's stronger than touch of blissful release, I guess. This is just like, okay. So I can try to make him better now.
yeah. What
Otherwise,
page number is that?
otherwise he's delicious.
190.
Pay 190.
190, 190, 190, 190.
So
that's,
the wound mending care technique, right? Is that,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 190. Grievous injury heals others. Each day caring for patient in bed rest. So just do what I can for him right now.
Yeah.
So roll.
Heals health levels equal to essence score.
Plus a number of additional levels equal to the number of successes. So what's your essence score?
3. So
Okay.
that's
So roll your intelligence and medicine.
okay.
A brainal cavity ability.
Okay.
And how many successes do you get?
Come on, do better this time.
Oh, there you go.
That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5,
Plus 3 for your essence.
8.
8.
So you just healed 8 wounds to this ox.
Oh, good.
So you basically pull the arrow out, snap it off, you know,
Yes.
pull it. Like, oh, son, hey, hey, look at me.
Flesh wound.
JC Penny.
Longhorn Steakhouse, you not bad. Basically, the oxen kind of gets up, starts tap dancing, and is like, "I'm good. Let's go." Now you heal it, and there's like no real sign of injury to it.
Did that require spending modes?
Great.
Yes.
Yes. That's not it. Ooh, 10 motes.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Oh, you still
I
got
gotta heal the ox.
oxen. All the oxen's free.
All the oxen free. Where are you?
Right there. Right there.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm at 4.
Okay. So you heal the ox. It seems fine. They're like, "Oh my god, wow, thank you so much," you know, and they're just like, "Oh."
Fucking weirdo.
Swatsu, where did you go? The wagon.
No one knows.
Barnabas and Cicada rode the wagon up to the head and Targar, the guy in charge.
The head.
Valis
Gotta be.
is kind of standing with the fallen guys to make sure they're not getting up or whatever. She went up to heal the oxen to that straggler cart, and he's kind of up in the middle of everybody else, kind of, you know, it's okay, we're here to help, that kind of thing. Where do you go?
I'd probably just go on down to the wagons.
Okay.
And just kind of hang out nonchalantly.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of
Maybe kind of look around a little bit
Okay.
and see what the wagons are, what they're
What kind
carrying.
of good stuff they got?
Basically, these people look like they're from the east, obviously. A lot of the goods are like, it's kind of a mishmash. You see a lot of like, one wagon has a lot of produce and like baked goods and stuff like that. One wagon has a bunch of tools. One wagon has a bunch of leather, like just clothing or satchel bags, maybe some jerkins that have been made. It looks like they're on their way to a Ren fair. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit of everything, but it looks like they've all got stuff to sell. And it's not just that wagon has leather goods, it's leather goods and baskets and bushels of apples and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you like them apples.
Yeah. Oh, well, those are illegal. So that's what it looks like. And it looks like these guys aren't like big time merchants. They look more like farmers and just normal folk. You might see a couple that look nice, but they're not merchants by any means. And it doesn't look like they're part of the guild. You guys know, especially you in the East, the guild operates from the East, and they have their hands in everything. They have like guild caravans. This is not a guild caravan.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We got
That's
hands
basically
nowhere.
what the guild is.
They're not with the Teamsters. Okay.
Right, right. So you do
No
hear,
Jimmy Hoffa here.
as you kind of say that, you do hear Barnabas talking to the guy in charge, introduce himself as Zorn, kind of like, well, yeah, hey, do you need help guarding this? Yeah, we'll take it. How much? All that. So he's kind of like, well, how much would you charge? I mean, it looks like you're professionals at this. I mean, we don't have a lot of money to spare.
Actually, if I can, I'll kind of step forward then and I'll go, perhaps food and lodgings for the night as we
Women.
travel.
Oh, the women. We want the women.
The little girl.
The little girl. How much for the little girls?
He's like, well, that can certainly be accommodated.
That is all I need for myself.
Mine also.
Well, thank you.
And I
Yes.
kind of bow to him.
Yes, thank you.
He's like, I need 50 gold though.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Then I snag an apple.
I snatch it apple. I mean,
Road apple.
thank you.
Okay. He looks over at you. He's like, "And how much would you charge for your services?"
6 million gold.
Well, since it doesn't appear that you have necessarily that much in the way of money,
Not yet.
so we will just have to
Take your
share our
pick.
journey and see what happens.
Well, it would be much appreciated. And if I chance to make a profit in Nexus, I will definitely try and compensate you in some small fashion.
That sounds eminently fair.
Good. Good. He's got like a suitcase of gold. I didn't make nothing.
Open up the shiny light. Oh, that's
So
not for you.
A lot of the people in the wagons are actually coming
Yeah, I'm out there.
you and
Yes,
like,
yes. No, it's good to meet you. Yes, I'll sign that.
yeah, oh, can I have your
Baby.
autograph? When are you gonna wrestle next? You know,
Oh, yes. Throw the salt down, wrestle him.
you
to the
know,
ground.
you see a couple people like, oh, you're a real sorcerer.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those for a long, long time in these areas.
You wouldn't mind them.
We usually cook them into stew.
Well, I am not Stu. I am Tomo.
Tomo.
Tomo stew.
Tomo stew.
Close to tofu.
Yeah, not very good.
No, they're thanking you profusely. And like, wow, are these your companions? Do you travel together?
How often does Mike use
I am
character
always on the
Tomo in
look
it?
for research.
I mean, we
for the
got
first
Tomo.
aid.
Oh, wow.
Tomo.
You know, we don't know much about that.
Very well. I am from the Isle, but I am not from the Isle. I can't wait to him.
Oh, you notice now they're like, oh, hey, all right. Well, we are traveling to Nexus. You can learn many
Yes,
things there.
yes, I have heard that is where I was wanting to go to
Well,
see the
we're
place.
going that way. Speak
Have you
to
been
Zora.
there before? Oh, this is my friend Tim. Here, in.
Okay. He's
This is the monkey. Squeeze him.
like, oh, look. Yeah, I love
Thanks, my
kids. I
monkey.
love
Smack
kids.
the monkey.
Here's some poop for you. Here's some poop for you.
Hope for everybody.
Yep.
Fling crop.
Yeah.
There's coffee in that poop.
There's coffee. And,
Those are marshmallows.
all right. So, you back at the wagon have healed the oxen. They're like, wow, thank you so much.
The ox says, "Oh, appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you."
That's no bull either.
Are these your companions? You travel together?
Yeah.
Are you going to accompany the caravan, do you think? We're
Where's the
traveling.
caravan going?
Well, we're traveling to Nexus, to the markets.
We are also traveling to Nexus.
Really?
Are we?
The woman looks at the man.
We are now.
Are we not? We,
Yes.
we agreed that we were going.
Yeah. He said,
We were
she
going
says,
originally.
Yes.
Okay.
is this a sign from the gods? And he's like,
Yes.
I don't know.
What gods?
He's like, well, you should speak to Zora, the master of the caravan.
It looks like
And you notice most of these guys are up there.
it looks like he's being.
Bent over and reused.
Fred's like, I got my apple.
Don't need you
The
anymore.
guys over at you, a couple of them do start to stir, and as soon as they got it, yeah, pretty much they're like, we were just leaving, and they're gonna basically kind of move on. They're about out of the 10, about 2 of them are up and ready to go. The other 3 are still passed
Talking
out.
about the bandits?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Dennis, you gonna take care of him?
you know, finish them off. Okay.
I've been killing all these people.
Are you going to
Oh,
accompany
the
the heroes have returned? She's out there. Chop. Help me. Chop.
I surrender.
I'll tell you everything.
3 small children and a sick grandmother. No, he's-
dead children. And
You can dispatch them. Some of the people are like, well, okay, all right, yeah.
No prisoners.
So Zorn comes back, kind of speak to you. He's like, everybody come on up. We need to get moving. We need to get out of here. Let's not stay here. Let's move on a ways and find a good place to camp tonight. He's like,
All right,
I'd like
give
to
him.
speak to our travelers here. And everybody's like, oh, yeah. So they're hustling up. As you leave that caravan, you see between the man and woman, that wagon, you see a kid open the curtains like a girl. She's probably like 10.
Open them like a girl?
Yeah. Yeah. She opens it up, she's like, Mom, Dad? And they're like, get back in the wagon. Shoot,
It's thinking here.
Still
Help
not
me.
safe out here. She's like, looks over, Chop. Cool. Wagon. They're like, oh. And they basically start catching up. You know, so Zorn comes back, meets all of you, and he's like, I am Zorn, the head of the caravan. If you are willing to accompany us,
I am Tomo.
nice to meet you.
This is Vin. These are my friends and companions. You've met most of them already.
Yes, yes. They've agreed to, these three have agreed to accompany us to Nexus. I am assuming you're all traveling together.
If my friends have said this, then I agree. Whatever you have arranged with them as well, as long as it is acceptable.
It is.
Well, it's where we were headed.
Oh.
When we get to where we're going, we have to gut ourselves in front of the whole group of us.
I do not agree to this.
He's like, well, we can discuss it when we get to Nexus. But
No,
thank
I'm
you
not
so
gutting
much.
myself.
Well, I'll do that for you.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah, no,
It's kinda hard,
they're
dude.
pros at it. Don't worry. Go ahead and we'll just-
Prozac. They're what?
They're pros.
Prozacs. Prozac. I'll get you. So
You won't even care.
well, we're going to mount up and continue on until we can find a safer place, hopefully, to camp out for the night. Nexus will be the next day. We'll arrive there in the morning.
Let's all get mounted.
But actually, if we make good enough time, we might make it tonight. So if you'd like to...
Put some nitrous into your horses. We'll get there really quick.
he's like, if anyone wishes to ride with the wagons, you're more than welcome. I know some of them have much more room than others, but you're more to...
I will ride the way.
I'm sure they'll be honored to have you. Ride
I'll
along.
pick a wagon that looks like fun to put ride on and hop on it.
Yep. Well,
The one with the big clown's head.
going to plays jingle.
There's 15 people in here.
Keep balling.
I'm pretty sure there's
I'm
an
gonna
intergalactical
do a
clown
hand
here.
signal, and Shy will come up with me, and I'll walk for a while next to that oxen, acting like I'm keeping an eye on it.
Okay. So you're going to follow the
I'm
last
gonna
wagon.
eat you later.
Kinda
You
walk
little
with
shit.
them.
I'll walk too.
Okay. So,
Actually, they would need to change them out, though. They wouldn't be able to.
yeah. They'll probably change it out anyway, even though he's like, I'm fine. I can do my job.
What do you do with
A drunken
oxen
sailor.
with a drunken oxen?
Oh, you just take the pit crew and they just.
They're gonna have to
I don't know
basically
how they
have to
change
cut off
them.
the hooves and kind of replace them and everything.
Pull off the radio.
They put the hydraulic hooves on him this
So
time.
much thinner hoof. They call it a donut.
That ox can't travel half as fast. It'll get really dangerous if he does.
Come on, guys, I'm really curious.
Well, you
how
fully
did you
healed
know-
it. It is like nothing ever
Well,
happened.
they would unharness it, move
then
it out of the
put-
way, put another one in.
Yeah.
One of probably the spare ones they
And
had.
you
They,
see, like,
they let it walk behind, basically.
Yeah, without.
Without pulling.
Yeah, it's without pulling, so that
Just
way they're
wandering.
you'd see
relaxing.
like 3 or 4 people come from the wagons to help them switch out the oxen.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to help can. They're not like, well, hurry it up. You know, you see like 3 or 4 guys come back. Like, oh, we got to help Shanji with his wagon. So they basically start.
Actually, they stick the oxen underneath the wagon in a little rack.
That's where you put the spare oxen.
They get out, they open up the rack and pull out this weird looking like a flat hide, and they put it up to a new ox. And we gotta inflate the spare.
Did you bring the fixin' ox? Anybody I can't fix an ox?
They spray it in the nostril. Important. All right.
All right, we're
He's sealed.
good.
He's sealed. We're good.
I can't eat this thing now because you
And you're behind these things.
Spray cheese. Well, it's a cream-filled bison. I like your ox. It's a jelly, eh? Okay. They replaced the ox.
I just asked how this happened.
Would it be an auxiliary?
That is horrible.
Oh man.
Okay. For some reason, I sense a best on scene. That's how it's coming on here. So anyway,
Let's get moving.
All right. So the caravan moves on.
Dennis don't care.
You better hoof it.
Yeah. So the caravan travels on for a while. Those of you who are walking beside can kind of small chat, small
Dennis
talk.
needs some caffeine.
Oh,
The oxine?
Caffeine. Caffeine.
small talk, chat with some of the people on the caravan, blah, blah, blah. You seem to be hitting it off with the one in the back. They introduce themselves as the man is named Shanji, and his wife is Shuri, and their daughter is named Camille. So, to give you an idea of these characters, does anybody remember the movie The Scorpion King?
Yeah.
The Rock. Okay.
Sort of.
You remember his little thief friend? He was also in True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of the big nose and all that. That's Shanji.
Okay.
Okay.
An asshole. Gotcha.
No.
He's really nice in this. Did you
Wait, I
ever,
think I'm the wrong
you
guy.
guys remember the movie Stargate? The movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The girl. Sherry.
Sherry.
His wife name's Sherry. And that's her. Yeah. So that's the couple that she is kind of riding with.
Or send more.
But the girl. Sorry.
Yeah, the girl basically looks like they look kind of Middle Eastern in nature. I mean, that doesn't really matter in
Kinda
this
like
world.
me.
But the daughter is has more Asian features. She's 10, looks a lot like a certain 9 or 10-year-old we know. I picture Maya. Yeah, I picture Maya. So that's their daughter.
Poor child.
That's why she looked chopped cool.
Oh, I can't do this.
Yeah. So anyway, as you ride along, they in particular are like, wow, so you're like traveling heroes, dude. I've never seen anyone fight that well. That's amazing. That is truly amazing.
It just comes with, a long time traveling.
Lots of practice. Yes, lots of practice.
Are you there? You're.
I don't know where I'm at. No, I'm in a wagon, aren't I? Never
You
mind.
can. You can move about. I mean,
From wagon to wagon. Boing, 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 boing. It's a practice.
it's like Quincy flee from a buck's
Right.
You're fired.
You fired.
It just comes from being on the road and not having to, haul
Take it on the
family
road.
and goods about. You get adept at that. I wouldn't say heroes. My companion might say heroes.
Heroes.
He's up there flexing.
There's no big And so the
Actually,
monkey.
Rin's flexing. You're not.
The monkey's got to be flexing.
So they're like, oh, well,
Like Dennis said earlier, big damn heroes.
Big damn hero.
Just.
well, thank you for helping the caravan. That was very selfless of you, it seemed.
What would the world be like if we didn't try to help others?
True.
Just like it is now.
So you're going to Nexus.
We were, yes, traveling in that direction. Definitely.
They roll your perception and let's see. Getting character sheets. Let me see what I'm looking at. Roll perception and
Subterfuge.
if you have socialize, or I would allow awareness, maybe investigation. Do you have any of those?
Where's awareness? I have awareness. Okay.
Just difficulty of 1.
Difficulty of 1.
So you need at least 1 success.
You got it.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I mean 1 above a 7.
Well, you get your perception and.
Yeah,
awareness.
I did. Yeah. And yeah, that was 3 dice.
Oh, okay.
I got a 1, a 4, and an 8.
Okay. As you talk to them, it just seems like they're maybe wanting to talk to you about something different. They're not saying it. Like they're beating around the bush about something.
I got that boy.
Since I was traveling, walking
Yeah.
there with her, can I
Yeah, you can do it. You could probably hang back and kind of meet
You
those
said
people.
perception and then awareness or investigate or.
Awareness, investigate, or even socialize, I would allow.
I got 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, they seem to be like very interested in what you guys are doing, what you've done, and it seems like they definitely
I
want
just
to
need one
ask you
success.
something.
Okay, I have one success.
Maybe they don't know how, maybe they're embarrassed to ask something. It feels kind of like that. There's something they need to say, but they need it drawn out, you know what I mean? Of them maybe.
Okay. I kind of wait for a moment to see how she reacts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you say anything after that, or I don't say anything or anything. I'm just kind of like walking.
Looks like they want to say something to you, but you see it better.
Yeah. I'm not really all into talking about myself, so.
Okay.
I probably at that point I'll probably go. Is there something else you wish to ask us? What was his name?
Shanji.
Sanji.
He's like, well,
I love dragons.
and his wife kind of nudges him, like, why not? Back home, we have, not we personally, but the village itself has a problem. And we can't, nobody in our village can take care of it. It's the village of Cafet. The patrician is a man named Daniel Mayflower. He's a good man. He's a very good man. 2 years ago, tragedy struck and he lost his wife. And no one knew what happened to her. She went missing. He always suspected some foul play, as did many of us in the village, but nothing was ever proven. And just about 2 days ago, the local lord invited his daughter to stay with them for a few days. The lord is of House Sinus, of the Dragon-Blooded. We think they may have had something to do with his wife's disappearance. The Lord, he has 3 sons, and some of them are less than savory types. But there's nothing we can say about it. There's nothing we can do about it. And I know it would mean a lot to all of us. Daniel Mayfair and his wife, Gwendolyn, are very loved by the people. They have treated us very well and protected us from many things, including some of the things that the dragon-blooded Sinus Lords want to happen.
Did this daughter of his go against her will?
She went under the pretense of not against her will, but I don't think she would have. But if she hadn't, I think there would have been retribution upon us and the patrician and his daughter, definitely.
Just what I know. What is the patrician here?
A patrician is somebody who basically is a lord or a mayor of a city or village.
Mm-hmm.
A patrician is a title that means they kind of are under the thumb of the dragon-blooded.
Okay.
So it's like, it's these people out in the threshold who are like, well, you know, we do pay them taxes or protection.
So they're local nobility in a way, but they're not. They're not.
But the
They're
dragon-blooded,
under the thumb of the dragon.
yeah.
Okay.
And this dragon-blooded, you probably don't know much about too many of the houses of the dragon-blooded,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of like, none of them seem very great. So, but yeah, they're just like, we're worried that something's going to happen to the daughter. Like maybe he invited her to stay with them for a week to show that he was friendly or whatever. But many of us believe that they might try to get too friendly. The daughter is very beautiful. She's 16. So
Perhaps this lord is seeking to have one of his sons married.
that is possible. But none of us want that.
So where is this village?
Well, after we do our business in Nexus, we are returning there. I'm only going to sell the 2 oxen and a few things and visit my brother, who is a merchant in Nexus.
One of those oxes, the one she saved.
No, that's Bessie. We're going to eat her later. No, she says, once we conduct our business, we'd like to basically leave the next morning, and then it's another 2-day journey back to the village of Cafet. I don't know if the patrician, and I know he has money. I don't know if he would ask for a lot. I don't know how much he could afford, but none of us in the village are definitely not fighters like you. We're mostly farmers and somewhat merchants. We have a few able-bodied people, and you notice the wife starts to kind of look very sad and kind of cry a little bit. I'm sorry. She's like, no, my brother and 2 others, when there was an altercation with one of the sons, the Sinus sons, and they tried to stand up to him and deemed illegal. They were going against the law, and they perished in a battle with them. And it wasn't a fair battle, no matter what anyone says.
Well, I do not believe justice comes with a price tag.
No.
If an injustice has been done.
Well, we would greatly appreciate it if any help can be provided to Capet, to even just look into it. But we do need to. We would all like to have something happen. We'd like you to speak to the patrician himself. Maybe he can explain more, or,
Well, if it matters, I've always
Shanji
been
does look-
persuasive.
Shanji does look kind of like, I hate to ask this, but you guys kick ass. He's got that kind of attitude about him. He's like, well, this is something maybe we should talk about further when we get to Nexus, if you wish, or...
I can only speak for myself, but yes, I would be interested.
Thank you. And they both kind of look over to you, kind of like, thank you.
I'm sure it's something our
Boots.
group would like.
The little girl comes out.
I'm
He's
sure
learned that look well.
it's something our group would like to discuss, but
We would be ever grateful. Ever grateful. We have heard rumblings about people trying to get up from under the Dragon-Blooded's rule, and our area definitely wants that. We're not the only village under his thumb.
Forget, we are treason by existing.
No, I'm wearing the shirt.
We're the treason for the reason.
I committed treason. All got this lousy shirt.
I was this lousy monkey.
Not lousy. Okay. So yeah, basically, you guys kind of reach Nexus toward nightfall. It's still daylight, but it's getting close to sunset. And up ahead, you do see, after traveling all day, you do see the city of Nexus, and it's right on the river. And it is a pretty large city. You don't usually expect that out here. The Blessed Isle has, like, Chicago, New York, blah, blah, blah. This is kind of like going in Illinois, and you're like, hey, there's Chicago.
Yeah, there's people.
It is a large port city on the rivers, and this river is like the Mississippi. I mean, it's a huge river. It's not just some little river. It's a big body of water.
Big river band.
Yeah, big river
Little
band.
river band.
a little.
It's not a good pun.
I know. That's what I was.
Is it worth it? So as you get to the city of Nexus, you notice there's walls around it, a lot of activity. I mean, a lot of activity. You also notice something weird about the architecture, because some of Nexus, you kind of see a skyline, so to speak. The docks have a lot of warehouses and mills and stuff like that. Deeper
Puppy mills.
deeper in. Yeah, they're actually making puppies.
Well,
We get these little
two
oxen
extremes
legs.
of the other. Making them, no. Grinding them up. Never mind.
We get these little oxen legs. We can make a dog out of it.
Oxen leg?
Oxen leg. Oxen leg.
Oxen dock?
You know, donuts.
So if you inflate the oxen leg, then
You inflate the whole dots and you have a balloon. Yeah.
It's like ballooning.
Yeah, the cart you're on, like, what? What'd you say?
Well, that's a great idea. Oh, jeez.
It just attacks that wagon. In the first place.
Oh, no, we're under attack.
It's just mine.
Yeah. Oh, my children soldiers.
The guy's out there with juggling pins. Whack, whack, whack. Okay. But the thing about Nexus is it's a lot of buildings. It's got a lot of 3 to 4 story buildings. Some are wood. Some are actually made of iron.
Some are made of
stuff like that.
people.
Some are brick. But you also notice some of the buildings or behind the buildings are spires. Like
Spiders?
spires.
Oh my god, there's spiders here.
Yeah. They're like 7 to 8 stories tall.
Really tall spiders.
That looks like part of a building that was maybe like 7 stories tall, like the corner of it.
Has spiders on it.
Sure, whatever.
But it's spiders.
So anyway, but it's got this big corner of a building, but it looks like something happened to it, like it's a ruin. But then you notice attached to that is like the rest of a 4-story building that's made of brick and wood. And it's kind of like they've just incorporated this into it. Now, you know, that is a first stage building, a ruin. This area, you also know because you study. No study. This is where, in the first stage, the Solar Deliberative ruled. So the Scavenger Lands, the area of Nexus, and some of the cities around here was where the Solars originally held power in the first age.
Oh, it's like Mesopotamia.
Oh, nice.
Once they were
Constantinople.
usurped, the dragon-blooded dynasty moved to the Blessed Isle because it's the center of creation, more fitting of them. But this is where the Solars actually ruled. So this is like ruins of that original
Oh, yeah.
capital.
Monkey's like, ooh.
I gotta pee.
No, he's just pointing down to me. Stop it. I'm pitching a tent.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna sleep there.
Maybe my own spire.
Oh, look at that spider. Woo.
So as you come
only
into
one
Nexus, it is almost sunset, and it is a bustle of activity. There
A
are
bustle of
people
activity.
Yeah,
I said bustle. I said butthole.
it's a butthole of activity. That's kind of
He
Nexus
said butthole
too,
of activity.
actually. As you come into town, there are guards along the entrances to town, but it's not guarded, and you don't really see dragon blooded here at all. Like normally, a lot of the towns you pass through have like garrisons or at least a checkpoint with dragon blooded officers, where they're dragon blooded or just mortal.
We're just drinking dragon blood for the
And
fun
they're
of it.
basically like, "What's your business here?" Nope. Nexus has none of that. It's just in and out. They have like city militia.
They have an In-N-Out burger.
Yeah. Basically it's like
The ox is like, ooh.
they just kind of look at you when you come in. Zorn comes up. He's got his caravan. He's like, here for trade. And they seem to do a little bit of business with him. And then they all go through. He passes them a large coin purse. They kind of make a note of it in a ledger, kind of give him some sort of ticket, and
You're good luck at the lottery.
basically give them a ticket. And they're like, all right, free pass. You know where to park. I'm like, okay, thank you. So you guys enter Nexus proper. It is kind of like your bustling
We penetrate
city
Nexus.
of like, just imagine a cross between the cartoon Aladdin, kind of like the Middle Eastern, Arabian kind of
Hey, I'm
marketplace.
home. Yeah.
But there's also some more Asian influence architecture, but there's also like Germanic buildings. So it's kind of like you've got thatched roofs and stuff like that, kind of like you're in Transylvania. I mean, it's a mishmash of styles and buildings. So people of all types here. You thought when you guys came into that port city, it's like, well, they all kind of look the same. Boy, we're cosmopolitan. Here, you blend in. This group would blend in. There are people from all over in this city. A lot of them look like they're from the East, but they're not by any means a majority. So as you come in, follow the caravan, you're going down the streets, you see markets, you see brothels, you see taverns, you see inns, you see cobblers, you see,
Sakata's like, I'm gonna make $1 million.
office buildings, office buildings for the guards, you see all kinds of
That's what I'm thinking too.
yeah, this is the place to do it. You see guild offices and stuff like that. You actually see like bookshops, libraries, everything.
Disney.
There's people selling books and you can borrow them too.
You also,
amazing.
as you ride through, you're looking down the alleys. You're like, wow, look, there's a market. There's a guy who just got mugged. Hey, they stabbed him in the gut. That's horrible.
Yeah, they stole his kidney right then. It was
There's
incredible.
2 kids over there begging, fighting over a rat. That's nice. But then right beyond them is like guys dressed in their finery and just kind of like having drinks out on a patio in front of a cafe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, this is the worst and best of all the world. So
That's
kind
just
of
like us.
It's like the solar.
yeah, just like Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Just like Chicago.
So as you guys kind of move through the city, it looks like you're getting to a certain district, and you see a big sign that says "Big Market, Little Market," and it looks like they're veering off to the Little Market. So eventually, you will come to what looks like a market district. And there's stalls and stuff like that, but they actually have like livestock pens and stuff like that. They seem to be going to an area where it's like, for lack of a better term, a parking lot, a gigantic freaking parking lot. There are lean-tos, there are tents, there are buildings around that say vacancy, so there's hotels, there's apartments, all that stuff. And then out in front of it is just like, for us, it would be like 16 city blocks of marketplace. And the big market you can see is down the way.
And this is the little market.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but they park and they kind of line their wagons up. Yeah.
Just with my bureaucracy and everything else, would I know what they were doing at the gate? Was that like the
Yeah. Basically, what they were doing, they were guild members. They work for the guild. So Zorn, the way the caravan works, and if you guys would have talked to Zorn, you would have found this out. Basically, Zorn tells you he does this with his sons, and he provides an escort service. If you want to join the caravan, you pay a certain percentage, depending on how much you're bringing, how much stuff you have to carry, like how many wagons, how many oxes. You pay a certain percentage. He keeps part of it for himself as a fee for protecting you and getting you there, along with his sons.
He did a crap job. Oh, sorry.
They usually only find like 3 or 4 bandits.
yeah?
20 bandits is like, what the hell? We did not expect that. So when he gets there, he pays that fee to the guild. Like, he keeps a little portion for himself. The rest goes to the guild. The guild gives him passes to go to the market. And it's basically, you get a pass. It's like, you go to the hotel here, put this on your rearview mirror so we know you actually paid to park here.
Okay.
That's what they do. So everybody chips in instead of having to make the trip to Nexus on your own. You travel in safety and numbers, and then when you get there, that's what it is. He says, well, I don't work for the guild. But when you are not on the Blessed Isle, who doesn't work for the guild?
Right.
You know, it's like, I'm still paying the guild for the honor of being here, but I keep a little bit back to get these people here.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, it's worth it. You know, they never have troubles. They never lose anything. But yeah, he does say that the bandit groups, there are a couple big bandit groups that have gotten a lot more bold. He doesn't know if it's one bandit group or a couple little ones joined together, but the roads are starting to get a little more dangerous because of all this talk about revolt with the dragon.
Right.
So that's what that was all about. You also know you've been through Nexus. The little market is for like goods. The big market is like livestock and like ships. So like big cargo. So if they're bringing in like 100 head of cattle, they go to the big market.
But just the heads.
Yeah, just the
Nothing
heads.
else.
Why you look at me when you say that?
If you're bringing in a lot of little ox hooves, you're going to the small market. So
Now, what about relics? Would that be in this one or the other one or stuff like that? I mean,
relics are probably going to be in the little market because big market is like lots. You know, We got all this stuff. We got a bunch of grain.
We brought in
It's the difference between retail and wholesale.
Gotcha.
The big market is the wholesale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah. So if you're looking for relics, Little Market would probably be best.
You need 5 tons of grain.
The big market. Big market. How much can we get in your wagon?
Fuck it. 5 times a grain. I'll just die.
So you guys get to the Little Market, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle here, and you see people are greeting each other, you know, as they ride in. Some people are like, oh, hey, welcome back. You know, like they know each other. You see a lot of people actually helping others unload. Like, you don't know if they're locals or what, but whenever wagons pull in, you see a lot of people just come up and start helping unload stuff. And it's like unloading the people, unloading, you know, just like, you don't know if they're getting...
That's a nice one.
Anything going
That's a
on?
wonderful
Yeah.
people.
You don't know if they're paid by the guild to do this, because it's not like they're in uniforms.
Right.
Or if they're just travelers or other merchants who are like, here, let me help you with that. But it seems like it's a tighter knit community. So as you guys kind of pull in, there's a few people who come over like, hey, help you with your goods, no problem.
I'm gonna
And it
keep
doesn't
an
look
eye
like
on
anybody.
them just
Yeah.
in case somebody's not supposed to be there and is trying to make off with anything.
And you notice like the people in the caravan are like, why, thank you. And they don't seem to be suspicious.
word.
It's almost like this is a normal thing. But yeah, you can still by all means look. So as you kind of unload this little group of wagons, there's like 3 people that come up that kind of offer to help. They all look a little different. One is kind of a very slender, athletic, dark-skinned lady. She has long, kind of purple hair, almost tied back in a ponytail, and it looks like it's shaved under here with some like runic tattoos. She's pretty much wearing all leather armor and stuff like that, with some rivets around up here, up around the chest. Kind of the Wonder Woman skirt, like she had in the movie, you know, like the plated kind of skirt. Tall boots that are just wound cloth. And she seems to have, well, she does have a bow on her back and a quiver. And it looks like she's wearing kind of a half cape. So you don't know if there's anything else behind her. But she comes up, she's got a couple
Just me.
pair of bracers. Yeah, she comes up and she's like, help you with your goods? And they're like, yeah, sure. Start handing stuff down. There's another guy that comes up. He's probably about 6 foot, 6'1". Dark hair, kind of swept back, a little bit spiky. You know what I mean? If he was an anime character brought to life, that's what his hair would look like. Kind of handsome. Probably has a 3 and maybe even a 4 in appearance.
I'm buying him too.
Kind of a
Buying him too. How much is he?
a good strong jaw, pretty built.
Powerful buttocks.
Quick man, cling tenaciously to my buttocks. He's wearing like a silver breastplate.
Breastplate?
Plate. He's wearing a silver
He's wearing a flak jacket. Look out!
Flap jacket.
maple syrup.
It makes flapjacks.
It's definitely not polished, but it's a silver or pewter looking breastplate chained. He's probably got some golden shoulder pauldrons, smaller ones that are chained to it, so that it's a little mismatched, but he pulls it off well. He's
So he thinks.
yeah, pretty much wearing a leather jerkin under that. He's got just plain old dark brown breeches and nice tall riding
Wear his
boots.
brown pants. We're good to go.
He is wearing a pretty wide belt that's like gold inlaid, but it's old. It's definitely not like, wow, that's a nice belt. It's like, well, that's a decent belt.
He's still working.
He has a long sword on his back in a scabbard, and he's kind of like, well, I'll help you with your, and he looks very friendly. He's like, how you doing? Help you with your bags? Yeah, sure thing. Where are you from? Coming in from Texas? You know, he's very talkative, very chatty. He seems likable enough. Chatty Cathy.
Would you like to buy a monkey?
I kind of see him as I kind of see him as a buffer Bruce Willis, or not Bruce Willis, Bruce Campbell.
Oh, jeez.
Bruce Campbell.
Big difference.
Yeah. And then the other guy comes up and he's kind of helping, but he's not very talkative at all. He's just kind of like, yeah. He looks like Bud from Night of Living.
What you got help with?
He looks older. He's got brown hair, but there's gray in his beard. He's wearing what looks like a green tunic. He almost has like not a loincloth, but it's like
Assless chaps.
he's got like the fur like shorts, like Conan kind of thing. He's got boots that are fur lined, but they're cloth
Boots
wrapped.
with the fur.
He has like a very
Okay. Are you all right tonight?
a cream or sand colored like cape with a hood back, and he's wearing his hair in like a ponytail.
Is that the one guy?
Yeah. He's got his hood up. He looks like this guy.
Oh.
But he's right now he's got the hood up, and you don't see this. Actually, around his back, it looks like he's got a bundle of like canvas, and you see what looks like fishing rods and stuff sticking out of it. Maybe some like sticks or something.
Like he's traveling, basically. He's got all the stuff with him.
Yeah, he's just got all of his stuff, and it's kind of bundled up, and he looks kind of like, okay, some sort of old barbarian or fighting dude. And he just kind of comes up, and he's like, I'll help. And he probably starts helping unloading Shanji and Sherry's cart. And when they open the gates, the little girl's like, hi. She's like, hi. Kind of picks her up gingerly, like, set that there. Like, he's not used to kids, maybe, but he's polite about it. And then he kind of helps them unload. So you guys can help unload if you want.
I'll help.
Yeah. So anybody wants to help unload, and they pretty much a bunch of people kind of put them on.
I'm not helping.
Yeah. Put them in carts and stuff like that, and wheel them over to the
People in
market.
cages
You know,
and rubber wire over there.
when the people like load them onto these carts, the people in the carts look more like they're wearing all like aprons, like leather aprons or something. When they unload them into the carts, they basically give whoever's owner of the goods a tag, like a ticket, and it's got their stall number on it. They're like, they'll be there for you. Like, thank you. So anybody who's watching the others can roll, I guess you can roll perception and awareness. I would allow investigate or larceny or socialize.
With one of them.
Awareness.
One of them. Yeah.
Thanks for all the follows, guys, on TikTok. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
2.
Two.
Hit the 2.
Nothing.
Didn't get any successes.
You
7.
7. Okay.
You know.
I'm so intent on keeping an eye on everybody.
Yeah.
You're crossing your eyes. Look at the ox. I'm watching you.
You got the paradox. I know you.
Come on.
All right.
He's like picking up like this big thing of oats.
Okay, so Rachel, you're kind of watching everybody, but everybody's moving around. Then they're like, "Here, hold this," and you're like, "Yeah, here, pass that on."
Oh, you're paying for it. That's
Tomo,
nice.
you're kind of keeping an eye on everybody. It seems like it's like, okay, they're on the up and up. You don't know who could be criminals and who wouldn't. They don't seem like they're out of the ordinary.
As 5 little kids pickpocket him.
naked.
And Rachel's right next to him. They pick his wallet. Hold that. Okay, I'll hold that back. Yeah, here, take it.
The monkey's naked with no fur.
No, the monkey's probably taking stuff out of your bag.
Yeah.
That's good.
You want that? He's helping the kids.
No, you don't want this. It's not the thing. Barnabas, you're kind of looking at the ones helping, and you instantly notice that the dark-haired girl, the purple-haired girl, she's helping. She's friendly. She's also casing the joint. She's like, yep. You can tell just by what you've seen.
Yeah.
She's making mental notes of who has what. But it also looks like she's like kind of disappointed. Like, okay,
people are
yeah,
poor.
all right, yeah. It's like, oh, there's not like somebody holding off. Here, take this packet of family heirlooms that are all made of gold, or
Yeah.
so she's kind of like, yeah. But you can tell she's seeing what they got. So there's that. But she seems to be the only one, and pretty much after it's all unloaded, she just kind of like, well, good luck at the market, and you can tell she just wrote it off. And immediately she's like, 2 more wagons pulling. She's like, need help? And these 2 look like they're maybe a little bit more like actual merchants. Ooh, I'll help you. She just goes over there. She didn't actually steal anything, but you just know she was on the look to see. Maybe she wouldn't steal it here, but, it would be like, oh, here's your ticket. I'll hand it to him. I know what stall it's going to be in, that kind of thing. The other 2 seem like they're just willing to help.
Yeah.
So as they unload the carts and get everything wheeled away, Zorn kind of makes an announcement. He's like, well, just so you know, we'll be leaving in about 3 days to give everybody plenty of time. Those of you who are leaving earlier than 3 days are more than welcome to, but you'll have to make your own arrangements for your travel back. Good luck. If you need us to, we'll be traveling this way again probably in about a month or 2. We'll send the usual word through the usual channels if you want to sign up again.
Actually, one of the things that I was going to question Zorn about on the way the way in, basically, were all of these wagons coming from the same area, or is it different areas
The
that
same
join together?
general area, but they do kind of make stops here and there.
So they weren't all necessarily from the same village, same...
No.
Okay.
It's like several surrounding villages, and they kind of like pick them up as they go, and then they go to Nexus together.
It's like they went Alexis to Monmouth to Galesburg to Knoxville, and then said, okay, let's go to Peoria.
Yeah, basically. That's exactly what it is. So
We're nowhere near those places, by the way.
I've never heard of any of those places.
Never wanted to hear about any of those places.
Definitely Dragon.
So
Dragon blood around here.
Yeah.
all the people are like, yes, thank you, Zorn. They give
More like
thanks and
lizard
all
blood.
that.
It's
They
kinda
ask
not
how the
that high
brother's
profile.
doing. The brother's doing much better.
Gecko
He's
blood.
Right.
bandaged up, and he's like,
insurance.
he personally thanks you. He's like, thank you for the help. Thank you. And thank you all for helping out with those bandits.
You are welcome.
Yeah. They're like, well, we're going to go get some rest, Dad. He's like, yes, you do that. I'll be in my usual space. And they're like, all right.
I think I'm going to go find someplace to make some money.
All right.
Is there like a bar or a pub nearby?
How near? Because there's
Near.
probably like 4 right in eyesight.
Perfect.
The Nexus is like Party Central.
Yeah.
kind of
I'll
thing.
tell everybody in the group that I'm going to go.
Oh, and Nexus, one thing interesting about Nexus, and I found this kind of funny, for those of you who played Rust Ether, they have the same law system. There are no laws. There's no law that you can't steal from him, but there are also no law that he can't drag you out in the street and beat your ass for it.
Right.
And that's how they keep the peace.
Right.
It's like, you can do it. We can't help you.
I'm going to go find a place to apply my trade. What the
As
hell
am I.
are you doing?
As will I.
Excellent. Well, we meet then. Back here?
As you guys are kind of like, well, let's do this.
Wish to keep your
That
wagons
gentleman
here.
with the cloak up, the older guy, he kind of walks by and he's like,
Huh?
no, he kind of puts the hood back. And as soon as he puts the hood back, you kind of feel that sensation again. And he,
It's Strider.
Mr. Underhill, he
Your
says,
fiance is so hot. She give up everything for you?
yeah, I'm old decrepit.
Yeah.
We didn't notice it until he took his hood off.
Well, you were too busy to actually notice it, and with the hood up, you couldn't really get a good look at his face or anything.
Right.
But when he took the hood back, it's almost like you can fully see his features and kind of, yeah. Excuse me.
Pardon me.
I need to wipe my pants off. But yeah, you basically sense that he's.
Oh, you talk
Yeah,
like
as soon
that.
as he
You're in
does that,
trouble when
I
you
just-
get home.
As Ben was talking, I'll just turn and look at him like,
Yeah, I looked at it like, oh, well met. Ah.
Well met. Well met.
greetings.
Interestingly so.
We should all have drinks.
I was just going to propose that.
I'm going to go to that place there first. Let's go.
That place it is. First round on me, huh?
He actually kind of, and up until this point, you've never seen this man smile. He actually cracks like the faintest smile, and he's like, well, that was much easier than I thought it would be.
Of course.
We're pretty easy.
We are.
Quite stupid, also.
Perfect. Let's go. He said, well, let's get over to the bar.
All right.
Okay.
You will keep your wagon here.
I'm gonna have to go take
It's
off.
9:25. You guys want to stop there?
Yeah.
I think we're going to lose Brad. So.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are the Raconteur Society.
Yes, we are.
We are.
Check us out on Linktree, if you would, please. We have all of our
Yes, sir.
social medias there. And you can also check out our YouTube channel, which has all of our
Before you
games
take
that
off,
we've recorded.
Which charms do I have?
Our live recordings are there in
get the
chronological
first
order. You can
6
follow all
on
the
there.
storylines. Hey, we're going to be at QuadCon in Davenport this weekend. If you haven't been in the area, stop by and check us out. We will also be
Probably.
available to talk about over society stuff. There are also places other will be at as well, which will be at the Quincy Time Travelers Weekend in Quincy, Illinois on May 19th, 20th, and 21st. And Planet FunkCon on August 25th
Be there
and
or be
27th.
a square.
We will also be at the Big River Steampunk Festival in Hannibal, Missouri over Labor Day weekend, and we've got something very special planned for that. So make sure you check that out. I want to give a big thank you to Dennis for letting us play at the Dragon's Den. Big thanks to Mike for getting us online, and big thanks to all the players for coming in tonight. We'll see you all next week.
As I remember right.
Oh my God, it hurts so bad.
Yeah, I think there's like dice everywhere.
So deep. TikTok.